Yo, yo, what's going on? I am joined by our Jefe El Capitan. What's going on, my man? How you doing?
What up?
I'm
What
over here
up?
bringing some Mai Tais from Captain Morgan, so captain to the captain, whatever.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
salute. Word up,
So
word up.
tonight's episode we're gonna be printing some receipts. This is gonna be a receipt episode. We're gonna be predicting who our first opponent is gonna be, how many prime times we're gonna get, and so let's see. Let's see if we how many we get right, or if we get any right. So we sent the invitation to the crew. Hopefully they'll be joining us soon, especially crypto. So yo man, sit back, relax, get yourself a drink, and we'll be back, baby.
Turner Yell makes the stop in the secondary for Denver. 1st and 10. The fake. Good. Block in there, and down it goes. Caught at the 30. This is the dynamic Hill. He's in for 6. Tyreek Hill. Touchdown. What a block.
Take into your hands a plan, your own hands can land your own brand. And damn, I feel like no one takes accountability. They want the credibility, convincingly unwilling to put in the hours it takes to get some power. Don't be f***ing sour, take a cold shower, scream until you're louder, work until you're prouder, and f*** all the doubters, they're just your downers. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off, it's these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve it now. It's only worth it if you work for it.
Oh shit! And before we get to the main topic, don't forget these fine folks over here, man.
New seasons, new gear. Show the world what it means to be a fan in 100% authentic gear. Fanatics, officially licensed everything.
Get ready to dive into a new world of online shopping with the Fins Tailgate. Whether you're a die-hard sports fan or just looking for the latest fashion trends, we've got you covered. With a wide variety of products from your favorite sports teams to stylish accessories and home decor, we're your one-stop shop for all things tailgate. Our easy-to-use website and hassle-free checkout process make shopping with us a breeze. Plus, with frequent sales and discounts, you won't want to shop anywhere else. So come on in and join the party at the Fins Tailgate, your new go-to destination for all things tailgate.
I don't know what it is about that back end that gets me fucking pumped. Like
It hypes me up every time. So it just gets you going, bro. It hypes me up every time.
And speaking
What's
of
up,
hype
everybody
man,
in chat?
don't forget our found folks at W Energy Drink. Tomorrow I got a honeydew list. Tomorrow, you know how the wife gives you a honeydew list, and I'm going to be enjoying it off this
color commentary.
Yeah, so hit the link in the description. Now it's easier to find than ever. You can put in color coffee mug. It'll pop right up, man. I'm telling you, this website is an easy one-stop shop, man, and it's getting better. Shout out to HB for making it easier and hassle-free.
Yeah,
and
if you're looking for something, just type it in.
Man. You get this thing. I got this in a week.
It's cooking now. The service, the everything, it's cooking. T.F.T.G.network.com. Go check it out. All kinds of good stuff and new stuff being added all the time. So yeah. Shout out to everybody in chat. Daniel Barry up in this Bad Mama Jamma in here early. Liz, family member Joe Wrist up in the crib. Hooked up Joe making his way in here. Salute to the homie. TD Fins admin Adam up in this mud. What's good? Fed's watching. Jonathan in the chat. J-Dub in there. Jamie, good afternoon. Hit the like button. What would it be without Michael K sliding through this? Oh man. And then Fred. So Yo, El Crap, are you craving Five Guys?
Listen,
Gross, dude. Gross, dude. I don't know what you got on your mind, but you craving 5 dudes is not news to anybody, bud.
oh man, I tell you what, man, he loves
Dude.
seeing you in a Buffalo shirt. I think that made his day, man.
Bro,
I think he
honestly,
has an episode. I think he has an episode when he goes to sleep. He has an episode of you in that shirt on loop.
alls I know is that that episode keeps getting views. I go back and check every night, it just keeps getting views. It's got to be him going back and watching it. It's got to be. It's got to be. It's got to be.
Hey, real quick though, shout out to my man Tonk. I was a producer on Wednesday. By the way, I'm not gonna lie, being in the producer role is like I feel like a fish in water with that role. You know, I
It's
love
fun.
that role. Yeah, it is.
I like it too. There's something really great when you're in the producer role outside but involved, and you're it's hilarious. You get giddy and giggle because it's funny. I know what you're talking about. It's real fun.
So your dude from Fort Myers who was donating all that money that day, I forget his name. I think that's your cousin.
Yeah, shout out to Mr. Genius up in here. Appreciate you, bud. Everybody hit the like button. You're talking about Jonathan, my cousin. Yeah,
Jonathan.
Yeah,
so him and Tonk were reminiscing, right? And all of a sudden, HB was in the chat. You know, HIPAA Media brought up. He goes, "Hey, can you talk about the incident with the BB gun?" Tonk didn't want to talk about it. Now I wonder if you would care to
okay, all right, okay. So what's funny is I fell out when I got home that day, dude. I had worked late and did so much. I really thought I was gonna make it too, which was a total bummer. But anyhow, I get a text message the next morning. It came in at like midnight, and it was from HB, and it was like, "Yo, who was it that you shot with the BB gun in the leg or something like that?" And I'm like, you got to be more specific than that, right? Because I've shot tons of people with BB guns. So we used to play, my buddy Corey that I grew up with and his stepbrother Joey. We would do paintball with BB guns. Like that was our deal. Not the pump ones, but the pistol ones with the little air thingy. And once I shot him in the belly button, he's got a BB stuck in his belly button still to this day as an adult. But I don't know. Now that I've pondered on it, he was like, "Wasn't it Tonk that you shot?" And I was like, "I don't think so. I don't think I shot Tonk, right? Could have done so. I'm sure, bro. I promise you this. I promise you this. There's 1,000,001 stories between both those motherfuckers from when we grew up, and all kinds of shit that went on. From innocent shoot a friend with a BB gun to shit we ain't allowed to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Talk about the other stuff. But I now that I've had some time to ponder, I'm really wondering, and if HB's watching this, I'm wondering if it was Justin I shot with the BB gun. Because Justin had he would mouth off, bro, and he'd piss everybody. I'd be like, "Shut the fuck up, Justin," and you'd shoot him with a BB gun right now. He dead now. God bless his soul. But I love that.
You know what? I'm being 100% sincere in my humble opinion.
Yeah,
I've seen you do, with Lewis, my man Lewis, me, myself, Ali, Color.
Yeah.
In my personal opinion, I think the best chemistry that you have is with Tonk, and it shows because you guys grew up. I mean, you guys your guys' chemistry is off the fucking chart, bro.
Dude, we've been putting on a duo man show since like birth. You know, like my mom and dad is friends with his mom and dad. They all ran, and they were fucking 80s West Palm Beach rednecks is what they all were. Straight up rodeo, fighting every night, drinking because you could drink at 18. You used to be able to drive with a fucking beer and drink while you drove. And that's how both of our family structures were. And we're dirt poor. We ain't got nothing. We're fucking just regular. And so when him and I grew up together, some of the shit that we did, like you look back and laugh on it because it's like questionable parenting methods, along with questionable decision-making skills by kids in questionable situations. But it's how you grew up back then, right? I remember one time I probably even told this, he did a barrel roll and on a 3-wheeler in his dad's backyard. I thought for sure he was dead, dude. Like this was the story where a kid gets crushed by a 3-wheeler to death. Not a scratch on his ass, dude. He like snooked up inside it. Actually, you know what? I think that was behind his mom's house. I can't. Again, there's so much bullshit like that. But yeah, man. I love talking with him, dude. He makes me laugh. He's
I would encourage anybody who's watching now to go watch the replay Wednesday. It was a great episode.
Yeah, when Tonk brings it, Tonk brings that shit. What up, Lou?
What up, boys? What's going on?
Nah, chilling like a villain.
So,
yeah,
Lou, this is a receipt episode. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the up and coming schedule. We're going to predict who's going to be the first opponent, how many primetime games, and who we're going to close with. So,
All right. Sounds good.
Yeah. On the backside, I got.
Man.
Yeah, dog. I've been.
By the way, real quick, Smoke Lounge this Wednesday. I'm going to do, and if you want to do it late night, but I'm going to do a watch party for the schedule release watch party on the Smoke Lounge.
Oh, word. Hell yeah.
Chef Drew is going to be the guest of honor.
Oh, word. Hell yeah. I love Chef. So where are we starting this subject matter? You had a couple, like 3 things there.
So who's our starting opponent going to be? Let's start with that. Who do you think our starting
opponent? Well, I'll narrow it down to
because I already have mine already. 425 against San Francisco.
Oh shit, that's a good one, Shake. I'm wondering, like, okay, I like that you went outside the division, right? Because it can easily be a divisional rival opponent week 1 on the road or at home. You know what I'm saying? Like that's something that they shake. What about this? Is it a home game or an away game? First game of the year.
I think it's going to be a home game because I've noticed if you look at the pattern, every year they alternate the starting the home and away game. I don't know about the starting, but at the end, I noticed at the end they alternate between home and away. So if you get a home game at the end, the next year you're going to get an away game at the end.
Oh shit! Okay,
but it's always going to be against a division opponent. I'm going to say the last game, since we're talking about it, the last game is going to be against the Jets at MetLife.
Fuck, damn, Shake came fucking loaded with the gat, dog.
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't even know. Damn. All right. I'm gonna say it's an away game to start. I'm rolling the dice. And good question. I say, well, no. The reason I don't think it's gonna be San Francisco is because I could see the NFL having San Francisco Chiefs gate week 1. I could see them lining that shit up.
Actually, I could see Houston and Houston and Kansas City.
I was thinking Houston for Miami, but I was like, I don't know if they want to play that. I would totally say it was the Chargers, but they did that last year, right? They love that Herbert Tua back and forth. I'm going to say the Bengals, week 1, Joe Burrow.
All right, well,
Cap Money, what's going on? I mean, Sean, what's going on, my brother? Good to see you as always, a.k.a. man of the future.
What's up, Lou?
Cap just took my take. I said it the other day. I don't remember if we were backstage at the time when I said it. I think it was backstage. But listen, the NFL is a business, right? And Cap, you just hit on it. The Chargers-Miami game, I think the NFL looked at that last year and was like, 2 young quarterbacks, 2 good offenses. They want fireworks. I'm also going to go, we are on the road against the Houston Texans week 1.
See, I almost took the Texans.
Houston Texans. Absolutely. I think that's what it is.
I almost took the Texans, right? I really did. And I'm gonna tell you why I didn't, right? I feel like they want to keep Tua. I feel like they want to keep Tua ilk above CJ in the way that, like, this is Burrow coming back to a passing leader. They want to build that.
We don't play the Bengals.
Oh, we don't, Crypto?
No, we don't.
Oh, fuck.
We play the second place.
We play the Browns.
Second place, the Browns.
Play the. Damn, will it be
Whoever came in
Deshaun
second
Watson?
Yeah. The Bengals fell to like 4th in that division.
I wonder,
But,
do we
hey,
play
listen,
Deshaun Watson,
The
bro?
Patriots played them.
By the way, on Wednesday, I'm gonna do a lot of one of the things I'm gonna do when we're doing the schedule release. I'm gonna make headlines for each one of the teams, whatever.
All right.
And the 2 headlines I already see for the Chargers. I can already see. Not only is it Justin Herbert and
What up, Sean?
Justin Herbert and Tua,
Mhm.
but it's also gonna be Stephen Ross and the Michigan man, the guy he should have got. I could see that angle going. Michigan, the Michigan.
We
connection.
played the Chargers again this year.
Yeah, I think we do.
They're gonna milk
No.
that shit.
We play the entire division.
Yeah.
We don't play the
played
entire
NFC
division.
West. We played the NFC West and the NFC South.
Right. The Raiders was in 2nd place, so we played the Raiders.
Okay, so we played the Raiders. We're not playing the Chargers. Never mind.
Yeah, the Raiders made it to 2nd place.
Yeah, so we're playing the Raiders. But the Houston though, the Houston angle I'm looking at is remember, you gotta remember the
I'm
head
looking at the Dolphins 2024 opponents that they're gonna face, and it says outside of the division, it says Cleveland Browns, Las Vegas Raiders, Green Bay Packers, Baltimore Ravens, Cincinnati Bengals, Pittsburgh Steelers, Dallas Cowboys, Kansas City Chiefs.
That was this year. You just gave
that
this
was
schedule.
this year.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's what we played this year.
I was gonna say, damn, they're gonna rolling the same shit out.
No, you think 2020.
You got a stripped down copy, El Cap.
God damn it.
See, El Cap all flustered now that he's been found out that he's a part of Bill's Mafia, taking, film with all kinds of paraphernalia in the Bills uniform, Bills gear. Man, El Capitan's a little flustered.
Who the hell is part of Bill's Mafia? Who the hell is part of Bill's Mafia?
El Capitan, he's been discovered,
When the hell did this news get broke?
He's talking about he's talking about Michael K. I lost a bet to Michael K last, what was it, 2 years ago or some shit?
Yeah,
I can't remember.
Yeah, I remember that. But the
that's
pictures
what
resurfaced.
The picture resurfaced.
Yeah,
it's been
all of the pictures are all over the internet. That he's
been,
in Bill's Mafia and in Bill's gear.
Nah,
dog. Tables and shit. Man.
Nah, no one ain't got no picture of me jumping through tables. Now I may have been drunk and fell through a table a time or two, but not any time in the last 10 years.
I'm gonna rattle off the schedule real quick. At Pittsburgh, at Atlanta, at Carolina, at Cleveland, at Buffalo, at New England, versus Jets. No, this can't be right either.
Yeah, that's right. I think we do play on the road against Cleveland, though.
No, because it says New England. It says New England, and it says Tampa Bay. We don't play Tampa.
No, that was you talking about 2020 schedule when we played them and the Colts back to back. Remember that Miles Gaskin blow up game?
I thought I had the fucking graphic that was released not too long.
No, that was the Miles Gaskins bowl right there. I was surprised he got cut. We got to play the Colts this year. That'll be the what you call that. That would be wild if they made us play them on the opening day.
So it says, let's see.
I think we play them at home, right, Shake? I think that's a home game.
Mm-hmm.
So Buffalo, New York, New England, Seattle, LA, Houston, Indianapolis, Cleveland, Green Bay.
Okay, that's it. That's
and
it
then
right there.
and then there's also Jacksonville, Tennessee, Arizona, San Francisco, Las Vegas. So shit. All right, then I'm taking Tua versus Kyler Murray.
But no, the
rematch.
The one thing I want to bring up about Houston.
They did
remember that D'Amico Ryans, D'Amico, that's the name, D'Amico, the head coach for the Houston.
Yeah.
And Mike McDaniels were offensive and defensive coordinators on the same team, San Francisco.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. Yeah, they were there at the same time. Yeah, they were.
In my opinion, it's Houston, Miami, week 1. That's gonna be a matchup where the NFL they want to put a matchup again. It's a business. The rules and everything have changed. Everybody's going offensive. You want an offensive head coach. You want a quarterback. You want weapons in this league, and there's a reason for that, for points. And I do believe Miami, again, leading the league in points last year, a high-scoring team. Houston, again, able to put up points with a young, hungry quarterback. I get what Cap is saying. Maybe you want to hold off, but I don't think so. I think from a business perspective, and I think it could be the CBS game, let's say the 425 game of the week, right? Like, just like last year with the Chargers. 4:30 prime time, let the 1 o'clock games go over. I think it's Miami and Houston.
You know,
but
it was
my be 4 o'clock because they both play in the Eastern time zone or Eastern.
It was my initial first thought, but then I outthought myself on it for Joe Burrow. But we don't play Joe Burrow, so I'll have to defer to my original take.
Yeah, we played Watson this year,
and I'm right there with you. Look who creeped in the building. Is that Pete?
Yeah, that is.
Pete done creeped up. Pete.
Man.
Look too. I like
Pete's
this.
Got more film breakdown for everybody.
What about Tua versus Love? That would be a good matchup week 1.
They're putting that.
They're probably
putting
that
that
to December.
They're putting it.
They're gonna make it hard for us. Yeah, that's a December game for us. They're gonna make that a December game.
Hey, by the way, Lewis, this is your call. Did Pete gatekeep you last time? They're just making sure.
No, I think I seen Lewis up there. I was up there.
Actually, the last time I clicked Pete's link, he let me up. So
okay, that's what's up. All right.
Yeah.
Hey, he told me you was off probation, Lewis and Shake. Y'all can come by. He said y'all off probation.
Well, I'm not surprised to hear he told you, since you're a co-host over there. I'm sure he did tell you.
I don't know what you're talking about. Co-host.
That was good. That was good.
Yeah. I tried to be a co-host because but he said I could be a co-host, but as far as team meetings and stuff like that, that's just Crypto and Fred domain.
Yeah, you're a host, but no, Pete, not me, Pete. I was never gatekept, Pete. I know that, buddy. It was Lewis that was in question. I know the door's always been open for me.
Pete has he's kept me off his platform at least twice. 2 to 3 times he won't let me up. And it's cool. It's cool, Pete. You know what I'm saying? I get it.
Wow. I love the cap. They be out here capping, but
gatekeeping.
If they say it long enough, people will actually start to believe it, man. Y'all stop running with the lies.
You know what I'm gonna do, Pete? The next time I'm backstage, I'm gonna screenshot it and then I'm gonna tweet it out showing that I'm backstage. I've left you messages
you make sure when you do that, you show the screen, because if there's film on the screen, then I'm not paying attention to backstage.
Pete, hold on a second, Lou. Hold on, Lou. Let me get you back real quick, because I know there's text messages in a chat where I was on stage and Lou is backstage texting with me, and I'm telling you, Lou's texted me he's backstage. And you didn't let him up. I'm just saying.
That was the other day when I thought you were messing around. Lewis wasn't backstage at that time. He wasn't backstage. That's what I'm saying. Y'all messing around too much. Y'all gonna have people believe it.
Well, hold on, Pete. Real quick. Shake Money.
Fucking bold-faced lie real quick, Blue.
Yeah, no, yeah. He was bold-faced. He
Blue, he just bold-faced. You're ready to come and talk like reality, but he just bold-faced lied right there, dude. What are you talking about?
How? You said he was backstage when you were up on my panel, and he wasn't because I checked. That's what I'm trying to tell you, Captain.
Shake.
How you gonna tell me, bro, if I check when you said that?
Pete, hold on. Shake, you there, Shake?
Yeah, I'm here.
Well, Shake, I've been backstage on Pete's show, right?
Yeah.
And I put in the private chat, and then I'll go in the regular chat and say, Pete, let me up. Because I know, Pete, you're probably running the show. You're not looking all the time, right? Shake Money, have you not been in the chat where you're like, oh, Lewis, let Lewis up, Pete? Have you not done that?
I remember.
So how does Shake know if you're backstage or not, Lewis? This is what I'm saying. You don't be backstage. Y'all stop stretching the line.
I'm in the chat, Pete. I'm in the chat saying, Pete, let me up. I'm backstage. What are you talking about?
Listen, he is right because no one is a legit co-host. So none of us can see the backstage to disprove his lie, which is pretty good.
It's unique, right, Capitan? Isn't it unique?
I'm just saying, I can't prove, but you're gonna need to. Lou,
the only one I'm getting is EM, man.
You gotta do the screenshot when you're backstage. You gotta do the screenshot.
Hey, Pete. Pete, I got some bad news for you, Pete. I got receipts.
Mr. Park, I'm gonna gatekeep you now too. But go ahead, buddy.
No, I got receipts also. I was there when Cap was trying to let you know that Lewis was backstage.
That's what I just went over. I just told him that he wasn't backstage only because Capitan said it.
Don't worry, Pete. Don't worry, Pete. El Capitan got your T.F.T.G t-shirt on the way for fucking. He's caping for you too. Don't worry, your t-shirt's on his way. This is bullshit.
Listen,
a goddamn team member out here choosing Pete over me. That's some bullshit.
That ain't what happened. I'm just preparing. I'm preparing for every side of the argument, right? And I'm just saying, like, your original take to screenshot you backstage next time is the nail in Pete's coffin because he didn't come out here to talk
and he can't, and that's going to be cheating too.
For the fences with an absolute bold-faced lie like that didn't happen. I'm texting with
Capitan,
you.
Capitan, what if I click? Capitan, what if I click the link, I screenshot, take a picture, and haul ass, and never come in and say, "Look, I was backstage for 20 minutes."
Why would well, now you're just calling Will a fucking liar.
That's what I think. He's stretching it.
Now you're calling it.
Let me ask you, Lewis, what's the longest you ever waited backstage?
I'll tell you what, I like to be on your schedule, but this is more fun.
You don't click the link.
I'm not waiting goddamn long.
That fucking long.
I'm not waiting that fucking long. Do you expect me?
Hey, Capitan, he clicks the link and hauls ass after 10 seconds if I don't let him.
No.
Explain
it. I'm there for like 2-3 minutes. But if you think I'm gonna sit my happy ass backstage while you and Fred are up there talking your shit, you got a life about fucked up. That ain't happening.
Here's the creepy part, Lou. I really wonder if Pete thought all the way through this conversation before he made the decision to do this, right? Like he was like, I'm going to win no matter what because I can lie 10 different ways from here, dude.
Well, again, look at the people.
Said he has receipts,
again, look at the receipts all in the chat. Ben, not the homie, right? Well, I don't know if he's still the homie. Benjamin's been a little suspect lately, but that's another story for another time. But Benjamin is in the chat saying he's been there when Pete has gatekeeped other people like EM and others. He's been there.
Yeah.
Pete is a gatekeeper, bro. It is what it is. He's gatekeeping. You gotta have talent.
You gotta have. You know what? You gotta have talent. You gotta be football knowledge, and you can't be labeled a two.
And you're talking about you and Fred, and you're talking about
me
talent.
and Fred.
No, Lewis. I got another breaking news. Hey, Fred about to be gatekeep too.
Mr. Park, Mr. Park,
Yeah.
Mr. Park.
Oh,
Did you
by
hear
the way,
that
I'm
shit?
you know I'm clipping this, right?
No.
Every time.
Mr. Park, did you just hear what Pete said? Pete said talent and then mentioned himself and Fred in the same breath. Are you fucking kidding me?
No, but here's the thing, Lou. Fred is about to get gatekeep too, because Pete picking Mark over Fred.
Shit.
shit.
And I know Fred don't play no bullshit when it comes to Bill's Mafia.
No, Fred wasn't too happy about that the other day.
Fred, you gonna break Pete's motherfucking jaw, Fred? Is that what you're gonna do?
No.
He'll break his damn jaw.
It's on site now, dog. Damn, I didn't know it was like that.
You know what? The meetup is canceled, Fred. Hell no.
You know what? That day you might have tried to come up, Lou. Pete may be experiencing some technical difficulties, bro. Because I think
look,
they don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that.
Hey, Fred, he had fun breaking up Mark.
Pete goes,
he had fun breaking up Mark.
Fred, I don't know if we're gonna have to meet up. Fred about faced real quick. He's like, "Hey, that meetup's back on, Fred. That meetup is back on.
We back on, Fred. We back on."
Hey, Fred, see, this is the problem, Fred. You as the co-host, right? You got to do a better job of looking in the chat, bro. Because I be in the chat saying, "Let me up," but y'all just be talking. Y'all don't be, you know what I'm saying? Y'all just be out there.
Yeah.
And again, bro, listen. If you want to take,
Lou, I've done it, Lou. I've done it. Hey, no, Lou, I've done it. I've done it, Lou. I've seen when you be trying to come up. I'm like, yeah, I'll be like, yeah, let Lou up. Let bring Lou up. You know, I have done it, Lou.
But here's the thing, Fred.
So what you're saying is
oh shit, that meeting's off again, Fred.
Yeah, cancel the meeting, Fred. You letting them trap you?
No,
you letting them put cheese on the trap? Bro, I just said it, Fred. I looked backstage and he's not there. The guy just said he won't wait 25 seconds.
But Pete, here's the problem, though, Pete. It's no problem when Mark comes up. Mark gets up there very easy.
Man.
Oh yeah, Mark the Bills fan.
Bring Mark
He got up there just as quick as Fred got up there. In fact, when Mark started talking, it's like Fred was how you say placed it on the hot seat.
Mr. Paul.
Oh, damn. Mr. Paul, look at fucking Pete's ass right now.
True Talk don't have a problem getting up on that panel neither. True Talk.
Oh, no problem with that.
I ain't never seen True Talk's ass anywhere on YouTube. He ain't never been around here. That's for damn sure. Which is weird.
He was just on the last episode of Pete Show, Cap. He was just up there.
Wow.
So I tell you what, Mark about to replace Fred.
Oh shit!
I'm seeing patterns. Fred, I'm letting you know.
It ain't happening, bro.
About to be
it ain't happening, bro. It ain't happening, Mr. Paul.
Benjamin, click that fucking link, Benjamin. Don't sit up there and call me a bully, Benjamin. Come up here and click that link, homie.
He won't.
Where's Mark at? That's how I feel about Mark. I hope Mark pulls up on Mr. Park right now. Oh yeah.
I don't care nothing about Mark. I'm gonna tell you something. Let me explain something to you, Pete. I'm not gonna lie. I'm still learning the game, but Mark to me ain't nothing but something you step in and scrape off your shoes. So I can care less about Mark.
Damn.
I try respecting Mark, but Mark don't. Like I said, Mark thinks he knows it all. Okay, I can care less about
Mr. Paul came in here with haymakers tonight, motherfuckers. Mr. Paul came in here, started smacking Pete around, started bitching up Fred, and
just
called
like
out
that.
fucking punk ass Mark. Damn.
Yeah. Well, how do you feel about Master at Work? How you feel about Master at Work, the Patriots guy now?
Oh, what
Patriot guy?
Now, he ain't been around in a minute. He missing in action.
I mean, I've been seeing the Jets fan, but I mean, they don't. That guy don't make that much noise as like Mark be doing. But anyway, I'd rather deal with Red, White, and Bill and Michael K than Mark.
How about that Jets guy?
He cool.
Oh, you cool with these other ops, huh? So it's a personal agenda against Mark.
No. Here's the thing. I'm not. Listen. Let me explain something
funny,
to you.
all
Pete.
the ops are on your shoulder, Pete.
I'm all right with Michael K. I'm all right with Bills, Red, White, and Bills. I'm okay with the guy who calls himself Josh Allen or something like that. I'm all right with them. It's just the way that Mark comes at people. If you don't go along with what he's saying, then he starts running his mouth and saying that you don't know what you're talking about. He act like he knows more about the man we don't.
Yeah, but Mark is always shredding these Dolphins guys on these panels.
Listen to him. Listen to him. Listen to him.
Okay.
That's great. Listen to this guy. You know what?
No. How come listen, first of all, I like talking to Mark because I don't know Mark to be shredding up nothing, right? But I don't know what, Mark, you're talking about, but nobody's shredding up nothing like that. No. I mean, look, Mark does do this thing where he, everybody know how Mark get down, but for the most part,
try to slick talk a little bit, man.
He just talks from a higher position, and you're like, "Yo, dog, we're talking down here," and he tries to talk up here.
You know why you guys don't understand Mark? Because a Bills fan is so confident. They're like, what, 4 times divisional champs? It's easy for them to just look down on Tua and say, Tua's never going to beat me. Now look at the rookie in New England. Now look at old Aaron Rodgers. So they're confident. They come out as like arrogant, and I get it. A lot of Dolphin fans don't like it, but when Mark is talking, he's just straight shredding us all up here.
I just told you on your show a couple days back or whatever, Wednesday or what have you. I don't remember. You had like a 9-hour show, and I told you and Bill and Mark the same thing about Bills fans, that it's almost a manifestation of their impending doom. They completely change their entire scheme up. They throw the baby out with the bathwater, and they go right back to losing big games the same way they always have. And the Bills fans are like, not again. And they deep down inside know that they're all feeling like it's going to happen, and it's like a manifest destiny, or it's just understanding the reality. So I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Confident? These people are not confident. That is a thin veneer of confidence on top of absolute pain and what's the word? Insecurity.
The Bills are missing the playoffs this year, and book that.
I agree, Lewis. I agree.
Yeah.
Hey, question. And like I said, Pete, I don't hate Mark. I don't hate nobody. It's just that people have certain attitudes that rub against me, and I like I said, I have very short attentions with Mark. I get along with Michael K, Josh Allen, and Bill, Red, White, and Bills. I have no problem with them because they don't have that aggressive attitude.
Have you heard Michael K come up here and talk bad about Josh Allen? That's a Buffalo fan that does not know football. Michael K doesn't know ball. He comes up here trash talking Josh Allen. Heck no, bro. You can't do that. Not Josh Allen. And then he defends Tua. I've heard him on the panel. Not Michael K, Paul. No.
No, he does not defend Tua. He will go at Tua just like he does his own quarterback for all the same reasons we go at his quarterback too. So I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I think Michael K would agree with you that he's not like the forefront of football knowledge, right? But
he'll admit he don't know football. You're right. He's one of those guys that will admit they don't know football.
No, he knows football. He's just not going to say that he's that fucking watching film.
Why can you not be more like Michael K, Pete, and admit you don't know fucking football?
Well, I'm trying to see if Michael K is going to click that link. I don't know.
You got your wish. There's Michael K right there. Michael K, would you like to set the record straight with Pete?
Is Pete a member of the Josh Allen Bone Stroker Club?
It sounds like he's at least got an application in.
Well, I'll tell you what, depending on what level his gag reflex is, he might go right to the front of the line.
Oh my fucking God. Michael K, take it easy, bro. Jesus. It's a late night show, but it ain't even 10 p.m. yet. God damn.
So wait. So
Michael K, you're the one that you're the one in the hotel room. We're trying to just get off our back, we're trying to just kick you out the door. You're not even a Dolphin fan. You be here for jams like the whole week. What's up with you?
Hold on.
No, that's all right.
Hold on, Michael K. Wait a second. Pete, did you say you're the guy in the hotel room? What the fuck was that?
That nobody wants to be around. We're just trying to get you out the hotel. Get up out of here.
Real quick, I just want to say real quick, Michael K. I appreciate all the love that you give me on the blender, and go fuck yourself.
Not a problem, Shake. Not a problem, Shake Money.
So you
but what is the problem? What is the problem with me actually being objective and calling out a quarterback for not doing what he's supposed to do?
It's a huge problem, bro, because you haven't sat here. You haven't even sat here and gave him credit. When have you ever gave Josh Allen credit for anything? Every time you talked about Josh Allen, it's always bad. You always hate on Mark's take.
No.
Why? Because Mark is right. To me, it's like yes. When have you ever sat here and said, "We're the Buffalo, we're the best in the division"? The dog, come on, bro. You're a weak Buffalo fan, bro.
No offense, Pete, but I'm a little bit older than you. I'm a little older than you. Hold on, let me speak. I'm a little bit older than you, and growing up, we didn't have participation trophies. So the coach didn't always say, "Good job." You did your best and congratulations, even though you didn't come out on top. He pulled us aside by our ear and chewed us out because we did something stupid. So that's how I was brought up. So he's paid $258 million for 6 years to be a good quarterback. So for him to face a little criticism.
How many times was your ear pulled for doing something stupid?
Oh, fuck, man. My nickname was Dumbo. My nickname was Dumbo.
Your nickname was Dumbo?
Yeah, fuck. I was always getting pulled aside. That's neither here nor there, though. But the bottom line is Josh Allen. You know what? My biggest problem is Josh Allen. You know what? Tua, at least you see him hanging out at some park in I don't know, Homestead or wherever the hell he goes and throws with his receivers when he doesn't have to. Well, we get Josh Allen hanging out at the Masters and golfing at wherever and bragging about 26 golf courses in the off season. And then when he doesn't compete to a level that he should be competing at, people think it's okay and he deserves time off. No, that ain't how I roll.
You hear that, right? When he's competing at a level that he's not. What more do you want from him?
Hey, you know what, man? This seems like, I'm trying to get this, man. I mean, Michael K, obviously have some issues with his quarterback he don't like, man. But shit, man, I got issues with my quarterback that I don't like. So what's the problem with Michael K?
Fred,
I don't get it.
Fred, okay, I'm glad you said that, Fred. I'm glad you said that. Let me ask you a question. If Tua would have been winning 4 division titles in a row, had a few playoff wins, and he hasn't won the Super Bowl, but he's almost gotten there, 13 seconds away, and they lost the game by luck to the Chiefs, right? Will you feel better about Tua?
Yeah, I'd be okay with him, man. If he winning division champion for years, bro, winning division championship
4 in a row.
I'm okay with it now. Yes, I would want more, like a Super Bowl. Yeah, but I'm okay with it though, man. You know what I'm saying? But here, man, it's like the guy don't like he's not favoring his quarterback, man. Shit, that's what I'm doing. I'm not favoring my quarterback right now, man.
We haven't won exactly.
He thinks his quarterback can do more. Shit, I think my quarterback can do much more. I don't see the problem, man, with the guy with Michael K and where he is with it.
Thank you, Fred.
And a lot of that problem to me that makes no sense to me, right, is because of, like you said, it's our quarterback that we're dealing with. So for you to be complaining and crying about your quarterback, it's weird to me. It's truly weird. These other teams with great quarterbacks and they're complaining, it makes no sense, man. It really doesn't. Not to Dolphin fans.
Did Pete email you or text you the script that you just said?
He's got a teleprompter.
Okay.
Hey, question. How many offensive linemen you think we carried in the roster?
Who was that?
Some
probably going to carry 8.
Oh, what's up, buddy?
What's up, bro? Doing all right?
I'm trying to think about that question.
I got 10.
I didn't hear it.
How many offensive linemen are we going to keep on the roster when we do the 53-man cuts?
We had what? 3 left tackles. We had 2 centers. We had 3 guards. We had 3 right tackles. So that right there is 9. So you figure that roster alone with starters on the side, you're looking at maybe 15 offensive linemen by the time preseason starts, to be honest with you.
I'm talking about after the 53-man cut. I think we carry 10 to the active roster.
Yeah, more than 10. Yeah, I agree.
No, I don't think more than 10. I think just 10. I got Toronto.
No, we need 10. We need 10. We have.
I got 10. I got 10.
Usually it's only 8.
Yeah, because we got to consider Armstead now, because
Yeah.
Somebody can say, how much did we keep last year? It was
a lot, man. We had how many left tackles, how many guards, how many centers? Like, we were rotating left and right, and Butch Berry was still making chicken salad.
Yeah.
Remember, we had like 11 combinations at one point.
Yeah.
Michael K., since you're up here, I got to ask you, who do you guys want week 1 of the NFL season? And who do you want last?
The Browns week 1, bro. I want the Browns week 1 and the Buffalo Bills the last week, bro.
Yeah, Michael,
I don't think we get the Browns this year. Hold on.
Yeah, we do. We play the Browns.
You do. We don't.
Oh, you guys.
Yeah, hold on. I gotta look. You know what? I wouldn't mind like Jacksonville. I wouldn't mind something like Jacksonville or Baltimore. One's home and one's away. And the only reason I say that is Jacksonville gives us a hard time every time we play them for whatever reason. And just get Baltimore out of the way when they haven't found a rhythm yet.
Makes
sense. The Houston Texan game will probably be a primetime game because of Diggs bailing on us.
Yeah.
Oh, that should be the first game you guys open up the season with, like on a Sunday night. Bills versus Texans. That'll be a good one.
The only thing that sucks about that is it's in Houston. Diggs doesn't come home.
No, it sucks for you. Diggs is gonna look to do the Bills in his stadium in the dome with C.J. Stroud. He's gonna be trying to make C.J. Stroud look even better than Josh Allen and his stats, so he can leave the field as a winner and say, you know what? That's why I wanted out of here, because I knew Josh Allen was trash. That's gonna be.
And you know what, Pete? And he wouldn't be wrong. And you know what? And that goes to the fact with the winning that the Bills did. Why do you think Diggs was disgruntled? Could it be because some people on the team didn't take winning seriously, or didn't take their job seriously?
Your new OC has said, "Look, man, we got a lot of weapons. We don't need to cater and force feed to like what the Dolphins do with Tyreek. Like, let's use our team."
All right, he's
that would have been a good matchup. The Bills versus Cleveland, if they would have played. Because who's that guy? Ken Dorsey is the offensive coordinator for Cleveland.
Ooh.
Yeah, they're going to have a hell of an offense this year too.
They play. He's the coordinator now in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Really?
So
he's the coordinator, but it's Stefanski still going to run the show over there.
Yeah.
What Stefanski did last year? Think about it. He broke a record, right? How many quarterbacks did he play and still make the playoffs with? Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, starting quarterback.
P.J. Walker, that XFL guy. And they played like
three different starting quarterbacks.
They played like 5 quarterbacks and still made the playoffs.
3 or 4 quarterbacks, something like that.
Yeah. So I don't know. Who do you guys think is going to play the Dolphins week 1? That was a good question.
Jets.
I said I'm gonna stick to mine. 49ers
game.
Green Bay, please.
It'll be our annual Patriot game.
Please, Green Bay.
Patriots.
I don't know why my brain is thinking. My brain wants to think division game, but at the same time, we opened up last year with LA Chargers. Maybe we open up with the LA Rams. That'll be a good game.
Yeah, McVay versus McDaniels.
Puka, yeah.
McVay versus McDaniels.
That'll be we open up against the Rams.
But that'll be they're not going to send us out west again on the road.
Yeah, but the schedule makers, they try to do. But the thing is, the schedule makers, they always try to like make it. You know, they worry about the travel and they do certain things.
Right. We'll start at home this time. They alternate.
Hey, you think OBJ will have some type of scheme, knowing that he's played for McVay and knows their offense?
And I'm glad Benjamin is up here because Benjamin, you know, I'm tired of your CJ Stroud praise. I'm seriously,
hey, man,
I've been here every time I'm looking at this. Hold on 1 second, buddy.
Pete is a cook, y'all. Pete is a cook.
Hey, listen, when he calls you buddy, that he means business.
No, I call my.
You wouldn't have a whatever it was a Skylar Thompson praise.
I got Jacksonville winning the South. I really do, and I'm not saying CJ Stroud is going to have a bad season, but at the same time,
Jacksonville's going to win 4 games this year.
I can't even give a young guy some love. That's crazy.
No, but it's too much. It's too much.
Nah, he's earned it. He's earned it.
It's too much. And you know
Jacksonville's winning 4 games, Pete. Book it.
You're giving Trevor Lawrence love, and he hasn't earned anything.
And listen, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter because Devontae Parker plays for Philadelphia, and they're winning the Super Bowl.
There you go.
I didn't know the Eagles was rebuilding. That tells me that they're rebuilding. They're breaking it. They're starting from scratch. I didn't know the Eagles was rebuilding.
Yeah.
They must don't like their quarterback. They must be trying to get rid of the quarterback.
Did you see the press conference why Big Fangio went to Philadelphia? He said the reason he went to Philadelphia, not because it was his hometown, is because he wanted to play with Devontae Parker. So
God,
he said because they rebuilding. That's why.
Actually, there's a part of in that segment of Big Fangio when he's talking, because I was watching it. It sounds like because they asked him a question and about the Dolphins and stuff and the players, and it sounds like he's just straight called us soft. And like if you guys hear it for yourself,
put a name on it. Who he said was soft.
The way because this is what he said. This is how I took it, because everybody's gonna take it in their own way and everybody has their own brain. So Big Fangio turns around and says, you know, the players are willing to work. They're willing to do the work. Like he's talking about Miami, they were willing to work. It's just they weren't getting pushed hard enough. So when I heard that, I'm like, wow, we got the softest coaching tree. It's all smiles.
I mean, pushed by who though? That doesn't mean the softest.
But the NFL is changing where.
Damn.
No, that's what I said. It seems like the NFL is changing where the hard-nosed coaching system doesn't really work with these younger generation of guys coming in.
Yeah,
so not true.
And I think
CJ Stroud is soft, Pete.
Nah, man. Look, listen. I agree to a certain extent. Hey, I agree to a certain extent, but is Andy Reid
we all know he isn't soft.
Andy Reid is not soft. Spagnola's not soft, and those guys are winning rings. Come on, man.
Well, real quick too. I just want to.
I like CJ Stroud. I just want to know if he's soft or not.
I just want to point something out. Like these kids today, they do have it a lot easier. But it's not like they're not working a 24-hour football guy job. Like most of these players are working 24 hours a day, whether it's training, eating, nutritions, all that stuff. Like it consumes every last bit of it. So really, if you're doing everything you can, as long as the coaching staff is doing what they're doing and the point is getting across, I don't know if the soft or the tough love thing is even can't really tough love no more. These guys do too much of their own work. They're too much of their own brand. That shit ain't gonna fly no more. You know, it's just not. It was hard enough. It was hard enough when the players started making so much more money than the coaches, and now it's to this point where it ain't even about money with coaches, right? Like players are worth everything. So,
hey Cap, let me ask you something. Okay, man, you said these guys, these young guys, man, you got to pretty much be careful with these dudes, man. You know,
I don't know if you want to be careful, but I would say this though: they gotta recognize what they're dealing with is a different caliber of athlete now. You know what I'm saying? Like these kids, are already training 24 hours a day. Like their whole commitment to it to get to this point. Like it's a different like the expectations of being an NFL athlete and getting into the NFL from what they were 15, 20 years ago to what they are now. The business of the NFL is fuck, dude. Like your kid better be some shit when he's 11, 12 at this point. Or you needed to be something in college.
That's everywhere. That's basketball too.
It's fucking nuts now, bro.
Tua Tagovailoa had a bigger head start than a quarterback like Dan Marino. He's probably playing a lot younger than Dan Marino was when he started.
For sure.
Well, just on simple modern medicine and all of the things they know, from oxygen training techniques to fucking breathing techniques to fucking Zen bullshit. Like that was
they're
all
playing football all year round. They're playing like 7-on-7 training. Yeah, it doesn't stop. So I'm pretty sure too.
These bitches just get blood work twice a week. You know what I'm saying?
What I wanted to ask you, Cat, man. Now, like, we can't rule out discipline, man. Discipline with these players, man. You know, I don't like to use the word discipline because it sounds like they children, man. But Cap, if a guy just is committing dumb penalties, man, and you know, you think you can get more out of him as a coach, bro? You know, how would you try to get through to that player, bro? I mean, what would you do, bro?
Here's the big secret, everybody. It's not so much. Let me adjust my camera a little bit here. It's not so much a coach as much as it's ever been, right? All of these coaches that were successful, right?
Yeah.
Throughout time, they commanded respect from who in the locker room? Not just the players, but they commanded respect the most from the leaders in the locker room. And when you have a lack of leadership and accountability amongst each other in the locker room is when things get squirrely. And I feel like this team has that, but I don't see anyone stepping up.
We had it with Brian Flores.
Every time we have somebody, they get silenced quick.
Well, El Capitan, let me ask you this real quick, El Capitan. Being that you're a supervisor, right? You have.
Anytime we got a player with nuts, the organization makes them shut up.
Hold on, Cap.
So you're a supervisor, and then you have a bunch of employees. Do you have a single approach to every employee, or do you have a different approach for every employee that you have?
No, I have the same approach for everyone I deal with in every situation. I have a direct leaning towards comedic, but being direct. I'm a helpful person by nature, right? Like
you sound like Mike McDaniel.
But at the same time, well, look, no one's gonna push me, and as much fun and everything like that. I don't know. I think it's more along in the eyes and in the tone when it's appropriate. But I much rather be laughing and having a good time and getting shit done and treating people a good way and being thankful. Because that's the right way. Everyone feeling a certain type of way gets things done properly.
Sounds like the Mike McDaniel
I'm also
way.
The guy that if my vibe is getting off kilter because of you, I'm not going to let you do that either. And you don't want me to be off my vibe. You want me to be on my vibe, and I'm not fucking asking. That you got to have as well. So,
damn.
Hey, Cap, so, you know, my thing, so you don't have to come to words with players, you know, they don't have to come to words with you. Hey, man, just give them the old-fashioned treatment, bro. And what I mean by that is, man, the benching. I think the benching will always be there, bro.
You know what? To me,
like that, bro.
You can't really do that in the pros.
Nah,
you got to remember, Fred, Mike McDaniel's not that type of coach.
Bullshit. Every coach is that type of coach. Let me let you all in on a secret. Every coach that type of coach. Because if their fucking job's on the line and the shit's slipping downhill, every coach turns in that. They're like, "Fuck you! You ain't costing me money." Or they're an absolute bitch. But what money has Mike McDaniel lost since he's come here? It's been an upward trajectory for him.
The man takes the blame for almost every loss.
But what Pete's saying,
he has nobody to blame. He takes the blame.
Shake, is your mic hooked up? Because you sound far away.
I actually
from the
love
mic.
that he's like that though, Pete.
Hey, listen,
I love
to what Pete is saying though. Let's say, for instance, Mike McDaniel said, Tua, you're on the bench, and Ross calls him and said, "Listen, ain't no way you're putting the guy I extended on the fucking bench. Put him out there. He's gonna override him."
Okay, so now
because that's what's supposed to happen
in an actual situation. Yeah,
Happy
Mike
birthday
McDaniel's
to
special like C.J. Stroud. Mike McDaniel's special.
So okay, to the point.
I say we call Stephen Ross and leave him a happy birthday.
To the point Shake is saying is that you got to know where your limits are at personally, right? Are you willing to not fight to the death on whatever said battle is, or are you willing to go to jail over some shit, right? Like, are we going to keep it 1,000, or am I going to go, you know what, this ain't worth taking it all the way there for? And I think that's what happens to everybody eventually. Why do you think motherfuckers get fired anyhow, dog? That's it. For any place. Rarely do, if you're doing your job well and you can do it and you're successful and you're honest with yourself that, hey, I am having success at the job at hand. It might not be, now listen, if your success is so smallly incremental that it's like, listen, you're not getting it fast enough or good enough, or you're not meeting expectations, you can be laid off in that instance, right? But if you're doing your job well and what's expected of you, the only way in which you lose that job is either you quit or you get fired, right? And the only way you're going to get fired is if you are met with a circumstance, whether it's how you do your job, how you're winning football games, what they want you to do to not bench so person. And you're going to go, either I'm going to go along to get along and not bench this quarterback and understand the forest through the trees. I need to keep my job. I'm going to say, fuck you and fuck this job, motherfucker. And I don't know what y'all bitches don't know shit about football. And he chose the latter, right? Like, and I understand that. Like, I'm willing. I haven't had to do that type of shit, but I've done that shit in other situations. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta, where's your line at, dog?
Yeah, you can't be like
you do gotta be multi-dimensional. Yeah, you do.
You cannot be like Adam Gates
or Joe Philbin. Luke fucking Warm.
I think we need to bring back Adam Gase.
You got nothing. At least from what I could see from the last two coaches, the one we have now and the one we previously had. At least they got. At least I can get a little bit of a read on these guys. As far as a read that's a personality that you could see why this guy could be a good coach. It kind of fits some stuff. Joe Philbin, Adam Gase, like those dudes.
Those guys are legends. They were legends.
It's the same reason why. Here,
at the time when they were at the time with
same reason why we liked Dan Campbell, and now Dan Campbell is good at coaching.
Yeah,
right?
That was my boy.
We all liked him. We understood him not staying as the head coach, but we all wished we would have kept him. And now that he's a successful head coach in Detroit, Dolphins fans are not shocked. We're like, yeah, that makes sense. He was a really great fucking guy. He didn't have the fucking scheme or the ability to hire guys, so it was a little premature. But son of a bitch could lead these motherfuckers to victory and get the job done. So you knew it was going to work. So if you got some of that. Now, if you're asking me, does he have that Dan Campbell, I'm going to lead with the battle axe in my hand? No, he's not that guy. He's not.
And by the way, I learned two things today. I learned that Pete's a gatekeeper, and they don't drug test the Postal Service in the Maryland area.
They don't drug test the Postal Service?
But if you ask me, Dan Campbell's kind of a mixture of old school, new school.
Cam Cameron was
he's rare, though.
He was a snake,
though. Breed, though.
Hey,
he was a bit of a snake.
When it's all said and done, I think Mike McDaniel is going to be Joe Philbin is going to look elite compared to McDaniel. Adam Gase might even be praised. You have to remember with what McDaniel's dealing with and what he's not winning with, because you can plug in.
Come on now. This is fucking dumb. because Mike McDaniel could
Oh,
go
you've
on
been
to a
screaming
losing
Super Bowl
season.
the last 2 years, dude.
Mike
Oh, you
McDaniel
say Adam Gates could be better than Mike McDaniel?
But
No,
Adam
hell
Gates,
no. I
Adam
agree with that
McDaniel.
shit.
yes, Adam Gates
Hey,
still
you can
less
look
better than
at
Mike
McDaniel could have gone
McDaniel.
ahead. What are you talking about,
Hey,
Bree?
you can look at the half glass empty, half glass full, because we had the playoffs the past 2 years, but both those years we were one game away from having the worst tanks, and one of those years we almost did. The next year we did. So you can look at it, the yin and yang. Like, yeah, we got to the playoffs, but we barely made it by the skin of our teeth.
Now is McDaniel
But
better than
that
Flores?
first year we did. Yeah, the first year we definitely did.
And last year we almost slid off the rails. If it wasn't for
that Dallas
Jason
game
Sanders,
helped us.
yeah,
That Dallas game
exactly.
helped us.
If it wasn't for Jason Sanders, I don't even think we'll be going with this new coach. We would have moved off on the quarterback already right now. Jason Sanders needed to miss one of those kicks. We would have lost the Cowboys game, and we would have missed out on the playoffs.
That wasn't a bad way to end the season. That would have been a bad way to end the season.
Oh, well.
Hey, Benjamin, you got my text? I mean, my ex thing post on Twitter about Stroud.
Oh yeah. I answered you.
You did?
Yeah.
Hey, Benjamin,
okay.
you don't think there'll be a sophomore slump?
No, man, that kid is a killer, man.
I think so.
Nah,
I think so.
get it. I know.
Yeah,
Look,
CJ Stroud, I'm telling you right now, he's dumb trading for Stephon Diggs is going to hurt him.
Look at Anthony Edwards. People said the same thing.
Who said that?
Year.
I think Coastal won the division.
Yeah, but he took over. That's what I'm saying. He reminds me of that. Like, he's not. I don't know, man.
I think Anthony Edwards gonna have a real good season coming up.
Who?
Anthony
Richardson.
Anthony Richardson. Yeah, AR-15.
Yeah, I got Coastal on that.
Yeah, he's been quiet though. Have y'all been? I haven't seen any clips of him at all.
No, he has clips. He's been working.
He's
I saw them.
He's been yeah.
Man.
Man. He had that one game, man. He had before he got injured, man. That showed me a lot.
He wasn't really throwing the ball though, like that.
You're not worried that Anthony Richardson might be Trey Lance 2.0?
He could be.
No, if he keep getting injured, he got the potential. I think Trey Lance is going to replace Dak Prescott. That's a hot take. That's a hot broken take right there.
You're saying that's
Lance is coming in. He's coming in for Prescott, and he's going to take the Cowboys to the playoffs. There you go.
Bro, I've been seeing a lot of hype videos about him too. Like a lot of hype videos.
I just got confirmation that the postal service really don't work.
There was a lot of noise. I couldn't even hear nothing.
Don't get shake started. Don't get shake started.
I love crypto.
Hey, you know what?
Hey, you know that
Chargers. Bring back his favorite weapon, Devontae Parker.
Hey, you know there are injuries.
He's on the trading block.
There are injuries, man. You know, to quarterbacks, bro. But let's not forget, man. Anthony Richardson's right shoulder was the one that got injured, man. The throwing arm, man. You know.
Yeah, but he got injured from not throwing the ball.
Who beat the Knicks.
Hey, so do you think there'll be another 6 AFC quarterbacks getting hurt? Do you think they're going to be another 6 quarterbacks in the AFC getting hurt like last year? Or do you think they're going to be more competition?
I don't think that they might be the opposite. I think everybody play every game.
Yeah,
I think Burrow gets hurt again. I think Burrow gets hurt again.
That's why this year's important, bro. That's why this year's important.
Did you guys hear about Joe Burrow's situation? Joe Burrow's situation with his wrist injury is serious.
No, hey, you know what? Check it out. Hey, check it out, crypto. Just now, right? I'm watching old Aaron Rodgers, bro. Right when we were talking about getting hurt, they showed a clip, man. Came right on time of 2 guys landed on him. His left shoulder popped out, bro.
Oh, damn.
Hey, but don't sleep on the Jets.
2013, bro.
Yeah, they're gonna be something else.
Well, I mean, you guys for the whole AFC, if that's the board to slip and have another.
Cap, he's breaking up, Cap. Right?
Cutting up.
He's chopping up.
We gotta
this phone sucks, bro. What about now?
I hear you now. I hear you.
Yeah, no, my point being, bro, is like That's why this year's important, even though we're not expecting much. But I'm expecting more than last season, being we got more competition on our neck. So I mean, the division's there for the taking, but the AFC is going to be strongest.
And you know what really bothers?
I want to wish happy birthday to Stephen Ross. He turns like 99 today, I think.
Yeah, I told ya.
Damn. Wait a minute, say that again. What happened with Stephen Ross?
Today's Stephen Ross' birthday.
Oh, his birthday was 99.
Hey, which rookie receiver gonna have the best season?
What y'all think Stephen Ross is doing? Well, it's 10 o'clock. That man probably asleep right now.
Hey, Pete,
he definitely is asleep.
What you got, curfew, Pete?
He fell asleep at 8 o'clock.
Hey, Pete, check this out, Pete.
He got one of those hyperbaric chambers, bro. You don't go old no more.
I got his autograph, man.
This really bothers me, Pete, man. Check it out, bro. Like, you know that there's a possibility, man. You know there's a possibility, man, that Skylar Thompson don't even make the team, bro. I think that really sucks, man. Really sucks.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Fred. I've never said this to you, but that's the dumbest shit I ever heard you say. Are you out of your mind? Why would you even let that? Fred, and I stand on that. Fred, listen to me, Fred. Listen to me, Fred. You're telling that to someone, okay? But you're telling that to someone that actually thinks. Listen to me clearly, right? Skylar Thompson is the safest quarterback on the roster between the three.
Can we stop this dumb shit already? Like, what are we doing?
Hey, listen. Also, they don't drug test. Apparently, they don't drug test in Southwest Florida either. So,
bro, it's like, come on. First of all, I just wanted to come up here again and say, as a listener, when we got 7 people talking at once, it absolutely sucks. So that's the first thing. And then second, bro, are we still on this Skylar Thompson? Let me for the people listening in the back. Skylar Thompson did not fucking dress this season. The man was literally on.
That's a lie. He suited up all year long. He suited up all year long. You see him on the sideline with an ugly 6. That's why I'm glad he changed it back to 19.
The man suited
He's
up
back,
all
baby.
The man suited up all season long, looking like me when I went to the Dolphin Stadium in a t-shirt, shorts, and a hat.
That's not true.
He said he had a hat on.
The man did not get on the field. Are we still talking about Skylar fucking Thompson? I mean,
so what are the chances of him suiting up
Talk about Skylar just as much as we want to talk about Tua or Mike White. Why don't we talk about Mike White?
No, I agree with what Fred said. I think Mike. I think they're gonna put Skylar on the practice squad and he's gonna be gone. I kind of agree with that.
Yeah. I don't think. Hey, Fred, I agree with you. I don't think he makes the team.
Have we signed Mike White?
We're gonna be the same quarterback room from last year. Nothing changed.
I don't know.
It's gonna be the same routine.
You can't keep 3 quarterbacks no more on the roster. They changed it back.
Mike White yet? Can anyone answer that question before we start talking 3 quarterbacks?
It's gonna be the same routine from last year.
Yeah, but didn't they change it back where you have to have 2? You can only have 2 quarterbacks on the roster.
Yeah, but Mike Skylar's going to be on the practice squad.
This is the year Mike White gets cut.
They're going to keep Mike White.
No, this is the year Mike White gets cut, Fred. How about that?
The Dolphins signed him. Can anyone answer that?
I don't know. I don't know the kid's name, or I don't know how to say his name better said. Skylar Thompson is getting cut this season. That Gavin kid is making the roster.
I agree.
That's a bold team.
I agree with that too.
He was right, Fred.
Skylar Thompson will not be on the Dolphins in 2020.
So we don't even know if we signed Mike White because no one's answering that.
He's the safest quarterback on the roster.
Mike White already signed. He signed a 2-year deal last year, Cap. This is his
last year.
He's done. Mike White is out.
So he's
Mike
our
White is the one that's not going to make the roster.
He's the number 2 quarterback, and Skylar Thompson
it's gonna be Tua. It's gonna be Tua, Skylar Thompson, and that dude Gavin Hardison as the emergency third.
Well, again, listen, for the record, right? I'm willing. My pockets are deep. Plus, I'm already working with an easy 200 that Pete's gonna owe me at 1 o'clock on Sunday, right? So I'm willing to bet any amount of money that fucking Skylar Thompson is not on this goddamn roster. See, I'm done. I'm done having these.
I have a bet. Hold on. Listen, I have a bet. I have the bet in my mind, and tell me if you guys would agree to it. So if Skylar Thompson makes the roster, Lewis, you got to buy a Skylar Thompson jersey and wear it on camera. But if he gets cut, if he gets cut, Pete, you got to come up with a Tua jersey.
Shake, I don't give a damn about no jerseys. We can make the bet. I'll put the pink slip to my fucking truck. I don't give a fuck about none of that. What I'm talking about is for 8 or 9 hours, we let these fucking idiots come up here and they want to just talk nothing but bullshit that has no meaning, no facts, no nothing. Right? We're just talking. I'm done. Well, cool. Well, we do it during the season too, Shake. What I'm saying is, I'm done talking. I'm getting a little bit older. Maybe the smoke is starting to kick in. I don't have all this breath. If you feel so strong about a take, I'm willing to put your money where your mouth is. If you're not willing to do that, sit there, shut the fuck up, and learn something. Period. I'm tired of this bullshit. We're talking about Skylar Thompson. The motherfucker didn't even get on the goddamn field. And we're sitting here talking about Skylar Thompson. Who gives a fuck about Skylar Thompson? The kid is trash.
I would say, given his recent playoff success, if he's cut from this team, then that means that God don't like ugly, and that means our starting quarterback will not play the full season.
Facts, Crypto. Because ain't nobody trying to hear that dumb shit Lewis talking about.
So there's no reason why Mike White or any of that guy from Utah should beat out Skylar.
That's how scared these 2 years are from Skylar Thompson. You see how Lewis gets in his feelings? They don't even want to hear his name. They're scared of it. That 19 is coming like a hurricane, and you better believe it.
But Pete, here's the thing. I'm not.
There ain't no thing. I ain't trying to hear no thing. I ain't trying to hear. I'm the one telling y'all. Skylar Thompson is the safest quarterback on the roster. I don't give 2 craps about what Lewis is screaming, and I ain't trying to put no bet, and I don't care about it. But you best believe he will be on the roster. Yes,
if you include the practice squad.
He will be a Miami Dolphin. And when this whole little thing is over, Skylar Thompson still might be on the roster next year while Tua's gone out of here. But I'll bet on that.
Pete, if it make you feel good, Pete, check it out, Pete. If it makes you feel good, I like Skylar Thompson too. But I'm looking at the scenario.
All the souvenirs. Look, you don't got to tell me you like them. All of y'all like them. Y'all saw what he did in the playoffs. I watched it, and I know y'all did.
Yeah, I do like
It's going to be.
I don't care what nobody tells me. Y'all saw way better performance in the playoff game from a Skylar than y'all did a Tua. So miss me with all that other
what
crap.
You saying? Go ahead. Let Kaepernick go. What were you saying, Cap?
Yeah, okay. So if we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this organized. If anybody's in, are we doing this? And what's the bet? Is it $50 minimum? Because if it's 50, I'll do 50.
Well, for me, it's name your
I
price.
got no dog in the fight. It will be in the best interest for the freaking Omen to not come down negative against the team for them to keep Mike White on the roster. I'm just putting that out there.
Oh, okay.
And does practice squad count? You're talking about making the 53, right? Not the practice squad. You're talking about actually making
so practice squad is considered the squad. Practice squad is considered roster.
Technically,
okay,
say that.
Okay, that's a whole different thing. He'll probably make the practice
Dolphin.
squad.
As long as he's a
he
Miami
won't get
Dolphin.
picked up. That's my take. Is will be the practice squad. He won't get picked up by any other team, and he'll remain on the
Skylar
practice
Thompson
squad.
is easily the safest quarterback on the roster. Easily.
I got $50 on it, man, just for shits and giggles. I'll do it.
Put 100. That's easy money, Cap. Listen to me.
Well, I mean,
I
if
can't,
he makes
bro. Not right now.
Okay, I got a question. If he goes to the practice squad and he gets picked up by another team, that means that he's better than he would be if he went to the practice squad and he stayed.
Yeah, that's not being cut. That's being
So
basically
the
traded.
practice squad shouldn't count. You should be talking about the 53 roster or bust. Because if he's on
No,
our
you
practice
cannot
squad,
get picked up by another team on the 53,
I
man.
can't wait for preseason just to hear the say
Let's not overthink
it's
it.
only
Getting cut is getting
preseason.
cut. If you're on the practice squad and you get picked up, you're not getting cut. That's not a cut. You're getting picked up.
if
But
you
that's the
get
key.
picked
You
up by
got to get
another
picked up.
team, if you don't get picked up by another team, that means you sucked so bad that
They'll
no
get
other
picked
team
up.
picked you up off of waivers to put you on their
That's
They'll
a
get picked
different
up, though.
conversation. That's a different
Yeah,
conversation. That I
unless
agree
you're
with.
going to bet that he's going to be
Unless
on
the
the
NFL
roster and you're going to
quarterbacks
include.
Wouldn't that
But
be
he's
go
crazy
down
if
like
Skylar
flies.
Thompson backs up Justin
can't
Herbert?
include the practice squad with the bet because who cares if he
If
makes the
Harbaugh
practice
deems it
squad? He can make
necessary,
any team's
he's better
practice
than
squad.
Stidham.
Is this thing on?
Yeah, you're unmuted now, Lou.
The man is not going to be part of the Miami Dolphins. Not the practice squad, not the 53-man roster, not the cheerleading squad, not Mr. TD, the mascot. The man is not making the fucking team.
Man, not even at the practice squad, huh, Lewis? All right.
Nothing.
Man, you were really putting it up
Well,
there.
you
has
just
a better
forecasted a
chance.
horrible season for the Dolphins.
Skylar Thompson has a better chance of finding crypto in the stadium and selling them hot dogs than being on the
That ain't happening.
I'm gonna send this clip. I'm gonna send that clip to Stephen Ross in the morning. Go ahead, Lewis. Keep going.
Well, again, I'm not worried about you sending shit to Stephen Ross because the Miami Dolphins already got you blocked. So that message ain't getting there. Your shit is terrible.
What does Mike White has to offer?
Stephen
the
Ross is
Dolphins
gonna
in the
say,
backup role? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Lewis, Stephen Ross is gonna respond after I send him that. He's gonna say that's the dumbest shit I ever heard.
No, but Crypto, didn't he sign a 2-year contract?
Yeah, but you ain't got to be beholden to it.
No, we'd save some cap
It's not
space.
guaranteed.
Yeah, it's not a guarantee.
That's why I'm
I
saying.
mean, Mike White is
If we
solid.
cut him, we'd
You
save
guys
$3.5
like
million,
Gavin?
I
That's we
believe,
can
off
have him as
memory.
the emergency. Gavin could be the emergency.
Then they better have
Skylar's
somebody
number two.
after
Mike White needs to be cut. That's the smartest thing to do if you really want to talk about it. That's the smartest route. The smartest route from this organization. You have Skylar in the same system, 3 years. You should trust it, right? And put him as the backup. And you cut Mike White to save money.
Come on.
That's just the easiest. And that rookie that we got undrafted, Gavin, he's the practice squad guy.
We're sitting here talking
A
about
3-year
quarterback
vet,
3.
and
QB3 is the guy we're sitting on. It's a panel at 10:20 at night, and we're sitting here talking about QB fucking 3. Unbelievable.
But we're talking about him
QB3
because
won't be
Pete
on the
likes him.
team. QB3 will be on the team.
Benjamin, who the fuck is Pete?
But I'm oh my God.
QB3 so the Dolphins wouldn't make no drastic political move, knowing good and well that was the only quarterback and backups that we have that have playoff experience. And the other two bums behind them can't do a damn thing. Mike White ain't play a damn thing when he's with the Jets, and that other guy is an unknown. So if they don't want freaking a boomerang to come back them as far as karma, they're gonna fucking keep him on the team and stop playing political games.
Oh yeah, that's what it is.
Hey, this preseason is gonna be interesting, bro. This preseason is gonna be definitely something.
That's what it is.
Kidding about that, Cap for life.
This season's gonna be good.
Playoff experience.
Yeah.
So, question: how many
they gonna keep you better than them.
I like that Odell move.
He's given us the best playoff performance since freaking Jay Fiedler.
I would agree. I would agree. Again, see, there's a lot of talking up here. Hold on, let me catch my breath. It's hard for me to breathe. Put your motherfucking money up. This is what I'm talking. Why are we talking? We talking in absolutes. See, when I say he's not making the team, I'm willing to back that up with money. Crypto can be up here loud and wrong with Pete and everybody else.
I'm saying if he don't, I don't give a damn if he make it or not. I'm saying very bad, vicious things will happen successfully to our quarterback room if they're allowed to play these political games. That's what I'm saying. I believe in ugly karma.
I have a better question for anyone.
Did him not being in any game or dressing in any game last season?
No, because he was at least on the roster. No, because he was already on the roster.
Again, he didn't help the roster at all.
He didn't need to. He was still a part of the team. He was still a part of the 53-man roster.
Hey,
I'm talking about being completely removed because they want to play political games to make other people feel good. And a certain faction of the fan base feel good.
This has to be some of the dumbest shit I think I've ever heard in my life.
So they're going to play those political games? Then yes.
Crypto, explain yourself. What do you mean? Who?
No, I'm talking about the organization.
All I know is the Dolphins.
Yeah, but who are they making feel good?
He's going to keep the undrafted quarterback.
The cultish fan base of a particular guy.
Hold on, 2 years in a row.
What?
He's kept 3 quarterbacks. Mike McDaniel. The 2 years he's been here, he's kept 3 quarterbacks. Who's going to be the third?
Yeah, but why is the reason we got 3? We used to have 2, but why is the reason we have 3 now?
No, we're only going to have 2 this year.
We had 3 quarterbacks.
Right, that's Joe. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, they changed the rules this year.
Yeah, but why do we have 3 now? There's a reason we have 3.
We can solve this with some suspense and money involved, right?
Hey, Sharif.
The big time bet, right? The big time. First of all, good night, guys. Fins up. The big time bet is right. Who would bet me that Tua would run for over 200 yards? And then not only
right,
now this
gentlemen have a good night, man. I'll holler at y'all.
See,
it doesn't matter if he runs for 4,000 yards. It doesn't matter.
Then what happened is the eagerness to hold me to that bet. Watch Tua, and guess how more fans would become fans of Tua, of him trucking over jet safeties and running through Buda Baker, and let me tell you why. Because you'd see Smythe running up there to him excited. You'd see.
Hold on, Sharif, because I don't have that much time, Sharif. Let me tell you guys. I'm gonna tell you something about that whole. No, because I'm sorry, Sharif. I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna go real quick. I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna go real quick because this whole situation with Skylar.
Listen.
Wait, hold on. Let Sharif. Let Pete. I'll get.
Yeah, this whole situation with Skylar. I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna go down after I say this because this whole situation with Skylar, Lewis just brought up, has to be the dumbest thing. Because let me explain something very clear to this community that's listening right now to me. If Skylar does get cut, right, because he doesn't make the team, let's just say he doesn't, because what did they say? That backup quarterback? Oh, the undrafted guy, Gavin, is that good as a rookie in this system in year 1 for the organization to sit here and just feel comfortable to cut Skylar? Listen to me, fellas. Gavin will be the golden arm of the Miami Dolphins. If he comes in this house and he takes Skylar Thompson's job, you better believe that he will be the Dolphins' week 1 starting quarterback. If they cut Skylar in that scenario, you best believe that. Tua will be the backup, sitting pretty, playing cautious to not get hurt. Y'all can have it. Sorry, Sharif. Go ahead and talk about your Durham Smythe, man. It was going good.
No. It's, see the bet, and guess what? Proceeds of the bet. We can discuss this in Defense Tailgate where that'll go. It doesn't necessarily have to go to the winner. It can go to something. You know, we like to meet at the game tailgates anyway, so we might just pool that and get drinks so we can get drunk while eating before we go into the game. The point being is we would be more eager to see Tua improve and carry us somewhere, and I'd like to steer that bet towards Tua showing a lot of y'all that he is dual threat. So if he doesn't do 200 yards, we'll discuss privately what that bet outcome would be. And if he does do it, you know what that means. Sharif gets his bet win. But it won't be surprising me. That's the whole thing about it. Because I know this shit could be done.
So you're telling me with all the firepower we got, he's going to have to rush and scramble, meaning the O-line is not protecting. So you're saying he's going to get 200 yards?
Hey, Sharif, I'll tell you this.
You don't believe in off script to him, man.
Sharif, I'll tell you what. If Tua gets 200 rushing yards, I will DM you on Twitter. You name the time and the place. I'll give you your own show and title it Sharif's Victory Lap.
No, well, I mean, no. Let's look at his past rushing history. How many times did he rush per season?
I'm telling you right now, Shake Money, we won't care because we would. We would be in Arizona this year.
Cap, are you placing a bet?
I'm gonna tell you guys right now. I'm gonna tell you guys right now. Look,
Hey, I'll
they're
bet
gonna
CJ
play.
won't be special again second year.
Somebody look up the numbers. How
He's
much
gonna
is he
throw
rush
for
per
$40
season?
be in the Super Bowl if Tua does this type of stuff because it's like I said, it's only about 8 quarterbacks who can make plays.
Sharif, they don't think that's possible, but I'm here to explain what you're saying is not crazy and out of this realm.
Tua is
Listen to
210.
me.
Has anyone seen Tua's recent
Forget that,
photos?
Sharif. The guy's gonna be hungry.
He's gonna eat 5 cheeseburgers and he's gonna be back up
He's
to
in a
230.
prove
Stop
it
it.
year, Sharif. He's gonna do whatever it takes. He's gonna run. He's gonna risk his head. He has to play on that 5th year. If Tua wants to get paid, you don't think that guy's gonna run?
You gain so much respect for me if he does that, and I don't care if he hurts his thumb or hurts his shoulder. If
He
Tua
don't care
shows me a
either.
little Fitz magic power in him,
The thing
he
is,
would
Tua
get
doesn't
more
care what
respect
he
from me.
breaks this year either. He already got 23 coming in guaranteed.
You know how pissed off the defense used to be when Fitzmagic scrambles and gets 7 or
so
gets
you're
another 9.
Pete, so you're saying that
Third
he's
down
gonna rush,
turns
which
into
is a
first
good
downs,
thing.
man.
So what's the odds of him rushing and not getting hurt? But then we're gonna cut our 3rd string quarterback and have one emergency quarterback in case if that happens. Is
I
that
think
wise
if you
to cut a
wanted to hurt
quarterback?
Tua,
Is
you were
that wise
supposed to
to
do
cut a
that.
quarterback knowing that you're gonna have your quarterback rushed more?
Really, right? We're talking
Put him
about
in
a
harm's
grown
way,
man.
Sharif. That's what Captain's
If
saying. You're putting him in
wanted to
harm's
hurt
way.
Tua, but if you wanted to hurt Tua, you were supposed to do that when he had his boy body on him. Tua's
Yeah,
a
but I'm
man now.
asking you a question. No,
You
you're not
really think
answering
that
my
it's going to
question.
affect Tua the
You're
rest of
not
his career?
listen.
His boy body. What the hell?
But I'm saying, like, he's already learned how to block that and actually do a move on you and
What'd
throw
you-
your ass on the ground.
what'd
Like
you say,
Tua would
Crypto?
do some type of kung fu on you or something.
He's gonna be
Like Tua would flip your ass over if you try.
What the hell?
All right, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. One person talking at a time. Apparently, Sharif doesn't understand what one at a time. I would appreciate that. Listen, I don't mind if everybody's up here, but like Louis said before, everybody speaking at one time makes the show sound worse than what it already is. So, go ahead.
Need a Native American talking stick.
Exactly.
Whoa. Yeah, I'm just saying, like,
what was the question? Hold on.
really look.
Hey, hold on, Sharif. What was the question? Care for Life.
No, what I'm saying is, and I appreciate that. Yeah, man, we're getting too sloppy over here, man. One at a time, please. Like, we're better than this. Come on. And yeah, man, like, if you're saying he's going to rush for more, granted, that's great. But we just had a debate before you got up here stating that if we cut our quarterback, we're going to have 2. That's fine. But if you're saying he's going to rush more, what are the odds of him staying healthy throughout a 17-game season and have only one emergency quarterback? Is that wise to have him rush that much? And if he does rush that much, is it because the O-line sucks? Or is it because he wants to rush?
Hey, can I throw something in on this? Every team is going to have 2
I think
quarterbacks.
he asked me, by the way.
Go ahead.
The thing is, right?
Hold on, Sharif.
If you
Let
wanted
Hook Up
to,
Joe go, and then I'll let you go after Hook Up Joe. Go ahead.
I just had one point to make is that every team's probably going to end up with 2 quarterbacks on their main roster and one on because they changed the rules. This year, your emergency quarterback had to be on the 53. Next year, your emergency quarterback can be on the practice squad. So just about every team, because a roster spot needs, unless they really love their 3rd string quarterback, they're going to be on the practice squad because they can
Like
call
New
him
England
anytime.
did during their dynasty years. Yeah, they really love
So,
that guy.
so that's why I'm saying 2, Cap. I don't say we're gonna get rid and only have 2 quarterbacks on available. Every team.
No, practice squad for me is active. It's still roster. You know, at the end of the day, you're still a Dolphin. So practice squad is not being cut.
I'm not gonna lie. If Skylar Thompson, if Skylar Thompson has a good preseason, he should demand a trade.
We're doing this again.
My thing is, if you're gonna have a week 17, that's fine. But they're saying they're gonna have a week 18 also. So if you're gonna be ahead of the game, you would want to keep more personnel now. So I'm just thinking you would keep that quarterback.
I think this is the year where Tua has to do the Christian Wilkins thing and then bet, not hold in or hold out, but bet on himself, do everything it takes. You scraped up legs, scraped up arms, elbows. You need to slide and leave some of your skin inside Joe Robbie Stadium. I mean, sorry. You need to leave some of your skin in our home field grass tour. You need to let people know that your arms are red Let people see that you're fighting for every yard that you can, and I think people will gain more respect for you too.
I kind of think that if we make him play on his fifth, we're going to end up with a Tua that's playing light.
I'm being very serious.
Right, he's going to do what on his fifth option? I can't hear. What somebody hooked up? Somebody just said about if we play on his fifth year option.
over each other, bro.
No, I was reading a comment. Just
no, but that's basically it. Fight for have a Christian type season where you fight for everything and get scraped up, get some marks on you that can be healed right away. Show the fans that. I'm telling you, I was very excited when he ran over the safety. And I think
that was
that's
like 4 years ago.
I think that's just in you. If you hate it, then too bad.
No, I'm with you on that. I think if he gets his contract, that's when you're going to see him bust loose. I think if we made him play on his fifth, he'd be playing light. This year, he played light this year. I mean, he was throwing that ball and dunking down and making sure 100% he did not get hurt. If he got hurt this year, do you think he's going to get any contract at all? No. Right? His number one goal this year, last year, 23, was to stay healthy. In 24, if he's playing on his fifth-year contract, that's going to be his number one goal is to stay healthy for the fifth-year contract. Because if he gets hurt on that fifth-year contract, where's he going to be? So if he has if and when the probable thing is we're going to give him his contract, then I think he's going to just bust. Then I think he could get his 200 yards, Sharif. I think he's going to try to prove everybody wrong, and he is going to kind of bust it out a little bit if he gets his contract. And do I think he might get hurt when he does that? Possibly. I mean, I didn't want us to draft him because of his durability thing. I'm not a two-and-ear, but at the same time, you got to realize he's probably going to get his contract, and I think he's more likely to kick ass and not worry about anything if he does have a contract versus he doesn't.
And if I can interject a little, that's what I'm trying to tell the fans. If
you
you
say
are
you're not a two-and-ear, hooked up,
and
Joe,
you wanted to get Tua hurt, you should have done that in his first years.
I don't know.
You should have
man.
hurt Tua. You had the chance to do that like a long. If you didn't do it then, like this is a grown ass man now. Like really, you think really he's gonna repeatedly get hurt? That doesn't happen to veterans like that.
No, I said maybe. I hope he doesn't get hurt.
No, I don't mean you. I mean in fans in general who are scared of Tua. Who's scared of Tua getting hit? Dude, grow up. Have you watched football?
That get cracked all the time to get hurt.
Come on, man.
We lost half our starting quarterbacks.
We're doing like this dude is a tuna can who will
5 or
bend
6
and broke.
quarterbacks this year, and that was barely getting hit. Those guys were just
right. It was one every 2 weeks. Last year, we lost a starting quarterback every other week. A team lost their starting quarterback.
One team has lost a starter. Yeah,
it's not like it's an isolated incident.
Question: how many UDFAs make the roster this year?
Going down like flies.
I say 3. I say
3. Yeah, I got 3 too. I got 3.
Same here. By the way,
I'm at 2. But
you ever see that movie?
I'm going to say 3 because of the insurance policy.
Somebody's so against something, at the end it turns out they're secretly for that thing. I think that's what Pete is. I think Pete is a secret two-and-ear. You just come out the closet already. You're two-and-ear, Pete. Accept it.
Yeah, I got. He already did a show with an icon of Tua with the goat head on the goat. So he said Tua was the goat already. Shake. He already did a show saying that Tua was the goat. Yeah,
I'm waiting.
Already for out there.
I'm waiting for Pete to do a show on Tua's brother to try to get him to come to Miami.
Yeah,
couple of things you guys should be excited for. Some videos came out about just guys pushing the sled around. I'm telling you right now, what I've said about Kamara is, and I know it's only pushing around the sleds and rookies, and they're wearing shirts and tights.
Well, Pete even said Tua was special, like CJ.
Hey, as a matter of fact, there's pictures of Pete picking up his Tua jersey from the dry cleaner. He don't even put it in the washing machine. He take it to a dry cleaner.
Whoa, Crypto! You can't just be throwing that word "special" around, man. Only if you. few of those guys.
Oh, Benjamin, I just try it out to see how it sounds.
But I got Mac Jones.
See how Pete isn't saying nothing because we busted him.
Nah, y'all got me laughing, man. But yeah, that Skylar hate is incredible. That was that was the dumbest stuff I ever heard Lewis say, man. That Skylar hate was crazy. Yeah, but I'm back. I'm good.
You all right, Pete?
I'm good. I'm good now.
Hey, Shake said you can have the week. Shake said you can have the week off. He'll take over the show. Shake said you can have the week off. He'll take over.
I'm taking a week off. I told y'all if Skylar Thompson is cut, Gavin Hardison is the next best thing in South Florida. Rookie undrafted quarterback for the Miami Dolphins.
Hey,
But
Pete,
Sharif, you heard what I was telling you, right? With that 200-yard rushing, I like what Cap said, right? Because it's funny. You got guys like Lewis in the community
18 yards again,
that would probably beg for what you just said that they would love Tua to do, which is get like 15 yards per game, right? Oh, they would love it. But if he does it, it has to be this year because of that fifth year that he's playing on. And the organization right now, when you think about it in a way, the organization has a leg up in the contract stuff because they can sit patiently. And if Tua, like there's a possibility if he wants to run for a check because now he wants to add something, score maybe a few more touchdowns, get hit in the red zone. Next thing you know, he gets hurt. The organization could sit here and say, look, this is what we have to offer you. You can be here as a risk player, but we can't sign you. So the organization is playing it that way. For sure, this guy is not getting paid. He's going to have to play on that fifth year to prove it. And that's just where we stand. And I wouldn't be shocked if he goes out, Sharif, and proves that he can run,
so you're
win
saying he's
more
like Mike
games,
II?
and add an ability. If he gets hurt, I don't think he cares. You see what I'm saying, Sharif? So I can see him going out there on a 3rd and 7 and just like John Elway, helicopter, 3rd and 7, and he's going to do the helicopter to score a touchdown from 7 yards out.
He would have to take on the Christian Wilkins mentality, though. He would have to say, damn, I need my money for my newborn, who I just had. I'm going to do whatever. If he puts on that Christian Wilkins mentality and proves to us, he wouldn't be proven to. Hold on, he wouldn't be proven to me. He just would be proving to fans. Oh, I couldn't get 7+ sacks. I got 9. Oh, I can't run for 200 yards. I'll run for 215. You see my point? So Tua needs to put in that Super Saiyan Christian Wilkins in him. This is your 5th year, Tua. You have to put that. You have to win fans over. You have to win us over.
Wilkins fit.
Wait a minute. Yeah. What do you mean, Sharif? What are you talking about?
We didn't even pick up Wilkins' 5th year.
Yeah, we picked up.
I don't think he knows what he's talking about. What are you talking about?
Wilkins was here first. That's why his 5th year ended last.
No, we did. I'm sorry. You're right. We didn't.
Sharif Lewis is going to be disappointed.
Tua gets that Super Saiyan Christian Wilkins attitude of the 5th year in him. He will ball the fuck out. I'm telling you right now.
There's only going to be 2 things. That's what I see is going to happen, Sharif. That's actually what I see happening this upcoming year. It's a coin flip with Tua. You're either going to get the Super Saiyan Tua, where it's going to be special all over again, and then you're going to have some doubters.
I think it's going to be a replica of Flores.
I'm telling you,
3 touchdowns,
it's only going to be 2 things.
yards.
Or if he's coming out reckless, like you're saying, where he's going to put his body
no,
run more.
I said replica of Flores. 3
touchdowns.
Let Pete finish, and then you can talk.
Sure, thank you, Shake. He's going
but don't put that narrative out there like he's Lamar Jackson.
He's going to be pass heavy, which could be high turnover. He could play his way out early because he know he's getting paid, and he could play dirty like that. Like whether it works or not, I'm gonna keep throwing all these 3-point shots. If they're intercepted, they're intercepted. They bench me, But this is all I got.
He's talking himself back into it.
That's it.
Now go ahead, Sharif. Now you can rebuttal Pete. Go ahead.
Yes, it's just a Flores type year. 140 something yards rushing, 3 touchdowns, or 4 touchdowns in one season he had. in the red zone. Tua can run in the end zone. We know. I'm using that as an example of that's a Tua replica year. That's a replica year.
So he's
Maybe
going back to the
200.
Flores days.
Right. What the hell is these guys are trying to say he's
a bad
Lamar.
coach after all.
He's not Lamar. He's not Mahomes. He was Tua. But those are first downs when he slides. That's all I'm saying.
Instead of touchdowns.
Yeah, I think we are ready to make our case that Pete is in fact a Tua fan.
Shout out to the sister soldier, Nene.
No, he's already given a show. He had Pete. He said he was.
Hey, Crypto, there go your sister soldier right there, Nene.
What's up, Nene?
Oh yeah, what's up,
Nene? I just want to point out how much of a logical fallacy it is for a human being to spend so much energy on something they don't value. I'm just saying. I don't know very many human beings that spend all that energy on somebody or something they don't care about.
Well, that's been whole business models been launched. Corporations been launched based on that model.
That's Exhibit A. That's Exhibit A. And then just watch Exhibit B, how he cleverly tries to talk himself back into, I'm 50-50. It could go 50-50 with Tua. Yeah, he's definitely a fan.
No, but see, one thing.
I didn't say you were a two-and-ear. I said you're a fan. That's all. You don't have to be a two-and-ear to be a fan.
The thing is, maybe one day, like Sharif says, he has to do something special this year.
All he has to do is put his Kristen Wilkins Super Saiyan hat. That's all he has.
Is that the bar
prove a bunch of us wrong by doing stats that he thought he couldn't reach, and he proves us wrong. He reached some of them, and F you in the face, and then we'd have to pay him.
Wait a minute, what stat was that? 200 yards?
Going to the
what do you mean?
200 yards, 4 touchdowns rushing.
Finally watched the Dolphins squash out and stomp out the old flame that he used to have with the Falcons.
What do you mean 200 yards is supposed to be the barometer? Sharif?
Well, and that's the thing. When I think of what Tua can be, I think of the quarterback who played for the Raiders and took them to the Super Bowl recently. Damn it, man. Slipping right from my tongue. Oh, man.
There you go.
Funny,
actually, that's a good choice of words. Because recently it's more recent than ours.
Who you going for?
Rich Gannon? No, not Gannon. Hostetler. Hostetler would run, and he was tall and lanky. Hostetler his ass would run, and I think Tua is in that type of area.
No, Hostetler's much bigger. Yeah, he's way bigger than Tua.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Pause.
Hostetler would never give you 250, 300 yards, but Hostetler would run. He would make your ass spy him.
I'm thinking about it, the Raiders actually have been to the Super Bowl in our era, in this millennium.
It was with Hostetler.
I can't even remember.
I think of Fitzmagic too, right? Like Tua and Fitzmagic, like when they both were doing it together, it was like poetry too, because they had a terrible line. I always say it: Karros, Jesse Davis, Calhoun, and they did it like they knew. Oh, this is shit. Let me run out of here. But it's like Tua's getting spoiled with a better line. I'm spoiled, so I can pat my ball. No, you can't pat your ball, Tua. You need to run your ass out of it.
That's right. Don't pat your balls.
Right.
He's scared of
shit. Exactly.
Well, if it's
by the way, did anyone see the Tom Brady roast?
And don't pat the center's balls.
I saw pieces of it.
Because I'm sure I'll pat the ball. I'm sure I'll pat the ball
again, man. I can't think of anybody else, man.
Who?
The last time the Raiders were relevant.
Yeah,
you know what happened with the CBS?
Mid-2000s and then the 80s.
Rich Gannon.
CBS came out with the quarterback rankings, right?
They've always had good teams. They just never got over the hump.
And instead of them having Aiden O'Connell up there, they put Gardner Minshew as the starter already.
That's funny.
Yeah,
You're not talking about
That's
the car.
That's just to make Minshew feel good about himself. We all know O'Connell's going to win that job. They're playing games.
I think Greer is a good psychologist if he pushes Tua to go into his Christian Wilkins mode.
Yeah,
It's a good psychology move.
Some gardener crossed a mint plant with a cashew, and they called it a Minshew.
I'd rather him go into the Christian Wilkins than his
Sharif.
Jordan.
Sharif,
but you can't do that with every player, Shake.
He's going to anchor that defensive line. Huh?
I've heard from guys here on the panel that Greer always finds a way to get away from like what the problem is, whether he had control. Like he always finds a route, right?
Yeah, he's always his now. He has an escape path.
I think Greer motivated. I think Greer motivated.
That's what makes him a good GM.
He's great at it, right? He is an escape.
Can we all agree he motivated Hunt and Christian?
What have we heard about Greer?
There's only one position that still remains for me to tell you whether. I mean, really, let's be real. And eventually that's going to happen because he's building a conveyor belt, bro, and that conveyor system is just rolling right along, and eventually we're going to get what we need.
Haven't you heard him say somebody else's name that does great work at salary cap?
But then it's up to you, like Flores said.
He's putting the salary cap issues. He's throwing that guy under the bus because everybody knows the GM's supposed to be running that. And now Greer comes out like a couple of times. He's come out and he's actually said, this guy does a great job with the management of the salary cap and.
Yeah, so he's naming names is what you're saying. He finally started naming names.
But think of the stories where Greer has motivated Tunsil when he walked into the office.
Let's shake money's guy. Sarney said he gave us some names on that capologist.
He also was able to motivate.
Shake's favorite
Hunt.
guy in the community has informed us about that guy.
What are you talking about?
Sarney.
No. I thought it was Dan Mitchell. Dan Mitchell isn't he a Dolphins?
I wonder if he learned that from. You think he learned that from Parcells, guys? Because I think if Greer is able to motivate Tua and push his ass, Tua will play out of his mind like Hunt and Christian. Like he do this.
Who's going to motivate Tua at this stage of his career?
No. I'm talking about Greer. Greer let Ogba wait in his final year and then paid him because he played out of his something to Greer about motivating these guys in their last year. There's something to it. I'm telling you. And if he does it with Tua, Tua will be sticking his middle finger up at many fellas. I'm telling you right now.
He's not getting an extension then based on that logic.
And by the way,
that's why Wilkins left, just because we made him play.
We have rights to Tua for 3 years, guys. Just remember that. We have rights to Tua for 3 years. He ain't got to go nowhere.
Based on your logic, Sharif, that means that we're not paying him so he can ball out and then we can pay him later.
Ball out, salary cap, I'll pay you $38 million in your hand. You ball out again, I'll give you 45 in your hand. You 29 by then. And if you ball out, hey, we got 2 Super Bowls out of you. For $70 million, man, I'm doing that.
Is that a Greer thing? So you're saying Greer's strategically doing that?
You don't have to sign him to no extension. You got rights to Tua for 2 more years. 2 more years after this.
Yeah, the franchise tag on the second year is extremely expensive, and the first year is going to be crazy the way the contracts.
Just look at what happened to Dak.
I mean, what do you think the franchise tag on the quarterback is going to be in 26?
You get 4 touchdowns. You get 4 touchdowns rushing. You get 200. You get 200 yards. You get 28 touchdowns and maybe 10 interceptions. That's a Tua journeyman, general manager, general, whatever you want to call it, type season, right? What more do you want, right? You give him 38 million guaranteed. You tell him sit down in the corner.
Okay. Hey, listen, Crypto. Next time you hang out with Jason Sarney, because I heard you guys like to go to Chuck E. Cheese. Tell him I want my. Can you make sure I get his autograph?
Yeah.
Currently, it's 38 million.
That would be top 5. I'm right on the edge of top 5.
I mean, so you know where the baseline is at.
Right, and that's because it's based on contracts and the way the contracts.
Right, it's like the average of whatever.
They get the average of the top contracts in 2 years from now. It's going to be.
Yeah, if you just go based on the inflation we've seen,
and that's a total hit there, because we always
whatever is 4% of 40.
How many quarterbacks actually hit 50 million on their real salary cap? Because
here's the other thing,
the can down the road.
Here's the other thing. We've got a lot of. I mean, Stephen Ross is getting into Jerry Jones status. Like, we've got a lot of like money to play with when it comes to giving up front money and kind of like playing with stuff, because something I found out the other day when we were doing a little research on the show or backstage, I can't remember, but the Dolphins' value from last year to this year has increased 24%.
Hence the ticket prices for us to watch. Parking is shit, man.
That includes
that's all speculation.
That includes the F1 assets go up and all that, right? Well, last year was the first F1 race, right? You could probably attribute most of that 24% increase to that race.
Exactly. The F1 is huge. That's why he didn't tell the Dolphins, because they wanted the stadium in the F1. He's like,
now that will level up. We're not going to see 24% again, but
8 billion.
Given Nate can testify to this. Given the prices of food at the F1 event the other day or last weekend, we're probably going to get a good increase.
Into the valuation of it.
Ross is making money.
That's why I don't call it.
The Dolphins are currently valued at about 5.8 billion, right? He just turned down an offer for 10 billion.
Right, because they included
F1,
which is huge. F1 is
they're charging that.
Guys, by the way, a perfect bet would be the odds of the Super Bowl, right?
That's greedflation. That's what I call
the odds that the Dolphins play in the Super Bowl with a Kardashian girlfriend in a suite.
Which means, it just means that in a fairly short period of time, he's expecting that value to go from 5.8 billion to over 10 billion. Otherwise,
he's making.
Now, imagine Taylor Swift.
Nothing inflates 100% or interest rate.
Imagine Taylor Swift.
Though, Crip, it might be 2 or 3 years, but I'm saying it's within his projected time frame of benefiting from it. You know what I mean? So he's not going to take the 10 billion now because he knows it's going to go well over 10 billion soon enough.
What's the value of F1 alone?
Yeah.
I didn't look into that, Hookup Joe, but our value last year before that was 4.6, and we're increased to like 5.8 in 1 year.
The team could have been sold for 10 billion, by the way. But moving on,
right?
So I was saying, Cleo. What if Cleo Kardashian and Taylor Swift are in the AFC Championship game? One's there for Odell, one's there for Kelsey. Like, how much money the Dolphins would make off of that? Like, what the? Like, Odell's got the Kardashian girlfriend. Kelsey's got Taylor Swift. Who's bigger? Is anyone watching the game between the Dolphins and the Chiefs? No.
I'll tell you.
Like,
bro, we got our own vices over here. We don't need California's.
Well, Europe.
The Kardashian girlfriend
was $150 for her concert in France, but yet they're $1,600 over here. That's crazy. And they use a big venue over there, and in France.
$250 for a nachos, bro. $500 for crab cakes. And I think Jimmy Butler.
I mean, to tell you everything.
Jimmy Butler was selling his coffee.
Out of the roof, you know?
From what I understand, Jimmy Butler wasn't at a game for the playoffs, but he was selling his coffee at the F1 for like I think more than $50 a cup or something like that.
What was in that coffee?
Gold dust.
Shit better have been goat turds if it's $50 a cup.
Listen, man, I was about to say.
Good.
I'm just putting it out there. It could be $20 to $50, but still, like if he's out there
caramel.
If he's
It
promoting
was probably
coffee out there,
bulletproof coffee. That's what it was. Starbucks
Listen,
version
man.
of bulletproof
I'm
coffee.
gonna tell y'all right now, man.
That's
I'm
what
gonna
it
be
was.
real. The average, the middle class, you realize what's happening
Bulletproof
to us,
coffee.
right? I mean, we know Color is a millionaire, but the middle class is getting classed out, man.
You know,
I'm seeing it
Sharif,
happen right before our eyes.
I do identify
We're not
as
in
a millionaire,
Zimbabwe.
that's for sure.
Yeah,
I'm
in
telling you,
Zimbabwe, yeah, I would be.
like they just like how dare
Got
you
like a
do that shit at any event and price things like that high? I think the middle class is
well, that's the
next 10
thing,
years.
Sharif.
Woo-wee.
A house
That's why I
costs
do.
200,000.
That's why I
Yeah,
don't
kind of
reflectively
seems
blame inflation. I
commensurate.
say it's greedflation.
Yeah, it is. I mean, look
Yeah,
at a house.
so
I mean,
Sharif,
look at
I do
anything.
identify as a
That's
millionaire.
why I
So hey,
said.
everybody, make colors true for reality.
Exactly. But we know Sheikh Money is a trillionaire.
man,
Hence
I
his
want
name.
Taco Bell.
All right, here we go. Listen, I
Taco
got the
Bell.
menu here.
They got
Listen,
some good New
trust me.
Mexican
I'm gonna hold on.
melts now.
All right, listen. Here we go. This is the menu here. Okay,
Oh,
lobster
good.
rolls.
Excellent.
Oh my
Lobster
God.
rolls.
Oh man, I'm getting hungry. Let me pull out the bank account. Okay, go for it.
All right, here we go. Main
Calculator.
lobster rolls, $280.
Oh my
Yellow
gosh.
thin tuna poke, $170.
That's 500.
U5 chilled prawn, whatever the hell that is. That's $290.
That's a
Fruit
fancy way to say
breakfast.
shrimp.
I ate a Shula burger for $30, but it came with
fruit
fries
Chilled
and a
prawns,
drink.
yeah, that's shrimp. Long shrimp, yeah.
Yeah, fruit
That's
refreshment,
800 guys.
$190.
That's 1100.
Add 1 ounce
Just
of
like that.
caviar, $400.
That's
Empanada
1500.
duos,
Jesus.
$120.
400 for
Steamed
some
That's
buns,
caviar.
1600.
Wow.
which is barbecue and pickled vegetables, $290. F1 platter,
That's
Steam buns.
$190.
Jesus Christ. That's
Crisp wings,
$1,900. That's 2000.
$190. And finally, carne asada nachos, $180.
Hey, that caviar, is that weighed
What
on
the
a
hell's on the
troy ounce?
nachos?
That's $2,200.
Carne asada.
That
Steak.
caviar, is it weighed on a troy ounce?
It's $400.
Listen, man. I was about to say, man, listen, Tina Turner ain't got nothing on that.
Hey, Shake, how much did you say the ounce of caviar was again?
It's $400.
$400.
Per ounce. That's almost like gold. Gold is 200 and 2,000 an ounce.
That's
so
about
yeah,
how much,
a quarter of a weight of gold.
That was
right. You might as well get some.
Yo, that
might as well go buy some gold.
That was about the street value of like high grade marijuana, like
Yeah, that's what I was
ago.
figuring you were going at.
Oh my God.
For an ounce.
Yeah, that's some high.
I'll go with the gold investment instead. At least I can hold on to it.
Probably a better
Well,
upside.
the reason hooked up because there was a time when a troy ounce of gold was like 350. So you could literally get 32 grams of gold for less money than 28 grams of weed.
Colloidal gold?
Wow.
Because like I drink colloidal gold.
That was before the big skyrocket.
Yeah, I guess not too many
1,000,
people
like it went
consume
overnight
gold.
almost to 1,000.
I'll just put it in a safe
Yeah,
somewhere.
it's healthy. Yeah. But you have to get it colloidal down. Can't drink it like.
Well, now that it's legalized, or I should say licensed in the state of Florida, the prices have went through the floor. It's like, it's probably like, I would say
damn caviar,
300% less than what we used to pay on the street.
Yeah, $11 a beer is pretty standard.
Yeah, I get like $19. It's
Now,
like $38 for a quarter ounce, basically. That's without any discounts.
I tell you what, man, it's rough. It is rough. That's $2,200.
The quality is better. The quality is better, and it's safer. You know what I mean? Because it's regulated. The growth is regulated. It's not a bunch of like they don't. You ain't gonna worry about somebody adding a bunch of whatever to it.
Color, did you hear the question Crypto asked? What was the question again, Crypto? What's the problem paying to her?
What's the problem paying to her then if they getting all this money gouging their customers at Formula One
I mean,
events?
there's a case to be made for that. That's kind of why I brought it all up.
Exactly.
Oh crap!
We got us some nutcases who gonna spend
People
that
think I
money.
hate on the man. I'm trying to make a case for him.
Man, if we didn't have a salary cap,
Listen, man, y'all gotta eat them crab cakes, man. Y'all gotta invest into her.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They've already doing some fundraising. They're doing the legwork already.
And I can really I can respect this a lot because I feel it. The pinch too is the wasted time that the fan feels. It's not so much the money. I don't give a shit what this organization spends their money on. If they want to pay to it, pay to it. But I can understand where guys like KP come from, where it's like, look, man, we ain't got all the time in the universe. You know what I mean?
And by the way, real quick,
time is infinite.
Valdez makes a point. The people that go to F1 Formula, I guarantee you, light their cigars with $100 bills.
You said they light them with the cigars with the hundreds?
Yeah, they're the type of people
they
that
roll them up and light
money.
them up and then just
right.
it.
They're the type of people that lose money bending over to pick up $50. You know what I mean?
Yeah, get one of those. Yeah, I could see them doing that too. Rolling
I'm
up
all
a couple
for it, man.
hundreds.
Get that F1 money and feed it right
Putting
back
it up
into
there,
the
just-
team. Raise that salary cap up. Spend it all. We never had
That's
a
what
problem
I'm
with
saying.
spending.
It should be-
If we didn't have a salary cap, man, we'd be the
Yeah,
crazy.
The alternative
spent money
argument
when
to
he
that
needed
though
to.
is if the money's not an
But Joe
issue,
Robbie
then
won't.
why don't we just buy the best? You know what I mean?
You gotta pay to her, man.
Cap issue.
Yeah.
I can
Man,
imagine Fred.
Okay, let's say we're going to get rid of Tua. We said, all right, cool. We're going to trade Tua to some other team, right? Who's going to replace him?
The head coach.
Skylar Thompson.
The head coach. The head coach is going to replace him.
I'm sorry, I couldn't even say that with a straight face.
So let me ask you this:
Whoever's on the roster at the time.
Hey, let me ask you this:
Who replaced Phil Simms? Jeff Elstead.
Let me ask you this: what if Sam Howell replaces Geno, and what if Kirk Cousins get replaced by Michael Penix?
Who replaced Steve Young? Who replaced Joe Montana? Steve Young. I mean, you just got to have a contingency plan. You just got to be forward thinking like great organizations do.
You have to have a contingency plan anyway. I mean, no matter what you have.
That's what I'm saying. As far as making sure the contingency, making sure that's not a huge drop off from 1 to 2 to satisfy the fan base of 1.
By the way,
you got to make sure it's so competitive that you don't miss a beat. That from 1 to 2, you hardly miss a beat. But 49ers hardly missed a beat when they went from 1 to 2.
You said the key word you're saying is great organization.
Yeah. You have to have drafting and scouting practices to make sure that number 1 is so close to that you don't miss a beat when number 1 goes out.
Hey, we've been known to have good organizational. Like people are happy when they come down here. They said the Dolphins are like.
We're getting better. We're getting better because at the end of the day, we had 4 back-to-back winning seasons. 2 of them we didn't make the playoffs because of the luck of the draw, but the last 2 we were becoming a perennial playoff team. So
yeah, that was 4 back-to-back winning. Yeah, because you got to count the 10-6 record. They didn't know it wasn't playoffs, but yeah, 10-6 was good.
Yeah,
it was a good record. It was just 1 less game because we didn't play, we play an extra game.
Yeah, I would like to throw away the first the tank year and then do a winning percentage combined of Mike McDaniel and Flores. That'd be interesting. I'm gonna do that.
Oh yes.
Yeah, because the tank year
I'd
was like
estimate it to be right around 6 something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we actually shouldn't even won a single game, and that we managed to pull out 5 and then doubled it the very next year.
Right. So I'd say probably right around
660.
You think crypto?
Yeah, about 6. Yeah, right around that. It's probably like a 1/100th of 1% off or something like that. Difference. Because you got extra game. I think. Did we play 17 games on the floors? We never played 17 games on them, right?
No, we
went.
We got.
That's when we went 9-8. That was the second year.
Right. So we got 10-6, 9-8. That's 19 and
So that was the first year
14.
we went 17 games. Right. Okay. So that was the first year of 17 games.
So 19 and 14, and then the 2 years under Mike McDaniel were 9 and 8, and or you could, if you count playoffs, we're 9 and 9 and 11
Mike got
and
one
6.
extra win. Yeah, Mike got that one extra win because he got a
Well, if you count playoffs, we're 11 and 7.
Same, right? Same amount.
11
of
and
wins.
7, right? That's what I meant. 11 and 7 and 9 and 9.
9 and 9.
So we're 28.
Wait a minute. So we won. We missed the playoffs, and we didn't have an extra game when he played just those 17 games.
Last 2 years, Flores' record 9 and 8 and 10 and 6. First year under McDaniel,
right?
9 and 9.
9 and 9. Yep.
Second year under McDaniel, 11 and 7.
Yeah. 11 and 7. Right. Yep. We have one extra win and one extra loss. Yep.
So 10, 18, 28, and 11 is 39. So we have a combined 4-year record of 39 and what? What's the other numbers?
20 something.
8, 6, 14, 14 and 9 is 23, 23, and 7 is 30. So we're 39 and 30 over the last 4 seasons.
Man, I love when you guys do the numbers, bro.
Yeah, man, he shows his work too. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, 39 and 30. Yeah, so that's a 600 record or something like that.
Something like that, yeah. Maybe just over or just behind.
Little
I know
over 600.
individually they're at about 5, roughly mid 500s, both of them. One's higher than the other by a click, but if you average both of them, they're like 550 each.
Right. So that would be Greer's raw record.
Now this is throwing out the tank year to be fair to Flores, and also to be fair to McDaniel, because that gives them each 2 seasons to reflect upon.
Right, and meaning for when Greer comes in, he gets credit for the wins and the losses under them 2 coaches, because those were his 2 coaches.
Right. And if Ross throws away the tank year, which you should fairly do to Greer too, because
that's why
he just started building at that point, you know.
Right, Greer's record would be 30.
So he's 39 and 30 in this rebuild. That's really squarely where we're at.
Right. That's Greer's rebuild record. Study just breaking it up coach by coach. You got to break it up because he had 2 coaches.
I'm ready to see 5 more years of just the same coach and the same thing and try to build stuff. If we swapped out, I don't see us swapping out. Do you see us swapping GMs and keeping the coach?
That'll be 5 rebuilds in like 25 years. 5 rebuilds in 25 years.
GM and then keeping Mike McDaniel surviving.
Right.
Mike McDaniel be the survivor this time.
Yeah, it just doesn't seem possible, does it? It seems
like
if Daniel stays, that kind of saves Greer.
That saves Greer, right? Yeah.
You know, I mean, I was a Greer fan for a while, but him just
kind of hard to see
offensive line players that just suck and know when they're playing because he wants them to be playing just pissed me off so much. I don't.
It's kind of hard to see Stephen Ross going that direction. He'll go from top down.
So you figure if we're doing so bad that we're going to tank our GM completely and just toss him out the window and fire everybody, that at that point Ross is ready to sell.
If Greer's record close to 500, let's say if he's upside down, if it's more like, let's say 45 and 45.
Let me just put it to you like this, Joe. Would you want to go do the same thing over 5 years in a row? Would you want to do the same thing again 5 years in a row? And just rebuild again?
Career done.
I think Ross might just say, I can't take it. I'm going to have to sell and not leave this to my family.
And then leave it up to the new owner.
If that happens, then Greer's not protected. But
then Greer's unprotected. No,
Ross is already built in. Look, we already know. 100%. This is why I've hammered this point for the last couple seasons, because we already know that Ross has built in a protection for Chris Greer, in that he explicitly stated, no matter what we think about the wink winks and the nod nods, he told the public verbatim that this quarterback's decision was on the head coach. So the fact that we're year 3 going into year 3 with Tua with Mike McDaniel, It doesn't matter whether they've compelled him to go with Tua or not. That's all behind the scenes. They didn't make that public. What he did make public was that the choice was squarely on the head coach.
On the head coach, yeah, he did that.
So if
Greer gets canned, he's going to come out and tell on him.
He's already got it built in. Look, y'all can speculate all you want, but this is what I said. You know what I mean? Like, it don't matter what we speculate. We know what he said publicly, and he can always fall back on that, no matter what he might have promised Mike McDaniel behind the scenes, as far as, hey, just go with Tua, and we're not going to hold you responsible for him. You know, if you think any of that happened, you know what I mean? Like, it may have. I'm just saying that Ross don't have to own up to that because he already told us something else publicly.
It's all one beautiful.
So Greer's protected in my mind from a Tua failure. You know what I mean? Overall failure, I don't know, but a Tua failure, he's protected.
Not through McDaniel. Because of his assembly of what he gave
McDaniel is not protected for that very same reason when it comes to
let me put it to you like this, and this is what I've been hearing.
No, but if you have a total roster breakdown failure, Greer is not protected at all.
Ross could still worm in there with that. There's wiggle room with that. You know what I mean, Crypto? I agree with you. You know what you're saying, but logically wise, but there's still some wiggle room there.
They got to keep Garfinkel. If they don't keep Garfinkel, then you're going to
everybody get to calling him the freaking idiot for doing the same thing and expecting a zip.
I know. I'm just putting myself in the mind of Ross, dude.
They're going to see the dominoes move if they don't keep Garfinkel. I'm telling you right now. That's the guy that makes all the revenue come in.
Garfinkel has an oddly weird amount of like influence. I mean, like you wouldn't think you'd be thinking of him, but Cap's on to like Garfinkel. I mean, who the hell is that? And he's got some influence. I've heard it more than once.
And he does, man. If Greer were to be fired, that's likely the position that he falls up into.
Yeah. All that stuff, man.
Especially if they're going to make an organization a bunch of money, which let's face it, Greer is making his organization a bunch of money. You know what I mean?
I think only new ownership is what changes the entire thing from top to bottom as far as wholesale changes. It has to be official team sale, and then the new owner hires all their own guys.
Right, I agree.
And for that to happen, we have to go downhill. I mean, if you think about it logically,
right?
That's the path we'd have to be for that to happen, and it's really
right.
tough.
He'll really sell it for $11 billion and say, "I'm out."
And the thing is, if we're a losing organization to the point where he's ready to sell out and switch GMs and everything else, are we worth that much anymore?
Well, look, this is
that's why we would hope he would sell high. You know what I mean?
That's why I say sell it for 12 and you're good.
But the thing of it is, Joe, that F1 race last year made more money than the Dolphins made the entire season.
Right, just separate F1 from the Dolphins. That's the reason the deal didn't get made. If they offered him $10 billion for the Dolphins by itself, he'd grab F1 and run.
No doubt. Well, the $5.8 billion that I was telling you about, that the current value, that does include the F1 as well. So the Dolphins are kind of falling below the wayside in their own inherent value because the Broncos just sold for like 4.6 or something.
Yeah, I think
but the stadium's a big part of the F1.
Right. That's why it's a built-in package, I think.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
The new ownership here in Washington, they got the Commanders. Magic Johnson owns part of that team now.
They also got the tennis, which people don't think makes money, but that's also a worldwide sport where you're getting international money
around. Yeah.
If they get the Open down here, if they get the Open, that'll be 4 or 5 different events that Garfinkel's brought down here. He did the same thing when he was with the Major League Baseball. You got the Vegas Raiders with a new stadium. You got all these teams with new stadiums that want the revenue that this guy knows how to bring. If they don't keep him and he leaves, Ross is going to be like, damn, my golden goose left. I got to find another one. Then he's going to have to start all over again. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know.
He could be shooting for the Olympics, man.
Team. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looks like Ross doesn't own. Ross only owns just one joint venture on F1.
Right. He was going to sell majority ownership of it or whatever his.
If he gets the World Cup events down here, he's gonna. Trust me, he's gonna be okay.
Or Taylor Swift concerts. That was a joke. Yeah. I just figured I'd throw that in there.
No, you're not. Oh, he does all that stuff. He's done Beyonce concerts. He's done Rolling Loud. He's done all that stuff.
Yeah, the stadium's huge. He put $500 million into the stadium because it's a lot more than just the Dolphin games.
Yeah, right. Other teams playing in there.
Hell, they used to do the big trucks. What do you call that? Like the Bigfoot and the monster trucks.
Monster truck.
Yeah.
Yeehaw.
They got a soccer team. The Miami got a soccer team.
Yeah, but they got their own stadium in Fort Lauderdale. It's the Big Pink Stadium. And let me tell you something. If they start winning crypto, and they're about to get, I think Boban might end up joining them too. If that happens, you're gonna have the soccer team that's going for a championship. You got the hockey team that's going for a championship. You got the Heat. If they keep their head and the act straight, they can compete again. We can't slip when it comes to like competing, man, because we can get left behind real fast.
Major sports. Yeah. You don't want to be too far behind all the other.
That'll never happen. Not unless
the
quality of football, and not unless the popularity of football itself goes down. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the national championship game was based upon two teams from South Florida in the Final Four.
They're doing
yeah.
She's a motherfucker. Okay.
Yeah. Well, the Panthers had a deep playoff run, didn't they?
Did they win today? I think they were up 3-0 at one point.
That's my point. I couldn't tell you, and that's why none of them will ever overtake football unless football at large goes down in popularity.
Boy, let me tell you something. Yeah. I want to go to a hockey game, bro.
For any hockey team in the unless you go somewhere like in Buffalo or somewhere, the hockey team is better.
That's now while it's still not a popular sport and real cheap to go to, man.
I want to go to
you in Canada.
The thing I learned about baseball, it's really cheap sport to go to and enjoy.
The only time I've been to a baseball game was because my buddy got World Series tickets for the Yankees.
Yeah, Benjamin. That's what he said. Benjamin.
There ain't nothing better than watching a major league stadium light up like a pinball machine when somebody hits a home run, man. That's cool.
Hey, Color, I went to that game, bro. I saw the eagle land on Gloria Estefan, and then Jeter had to stop the eagle from attacking her, bro. That was a crazy game, bro.
Like if the stadium is small and compact enough, you know what I mean? Like it really is like being inside a pinball machine when somebody hits a home run.
Spikuza cheerfully asks, he mumbles. Spikuza says,
detectives crew forced Spikuza to drive for an hour, during which
at least that was my experience in Busch Stadium anyway. Somebody's got their TV on. Shake. Shake's ring is the only one I see glowing.
So the Panthers won in a blowout, 6-2. That's definitely a blowout when it comes to hockey. That's like winning freaking 70.
I think he's away from his keyboard. I'm gonna mute you, Shake, for your TV.
That's like winning 70-0. Winning 6-2 in hockey is like winning 70-0 in football. That's a big time score. They'll get 6 goals.
I know, right? Wait, am I correct that the Marlins lost 20-4 the other day or something like that?
Are you kidding me?
The baseball, scoring 20 runs is like
now you're talking about what the Dolphins did.
The Cubs won 11-0 against the
That's
Diamondbacks.
like 70-20, man.
Golly,
that's actually more like a Madden score, dude, in football. That would be like 99-10.
Yeah. And how many pitchers did they go through in one game to get?
I don't even
how
know.
many pitchers you gonna get? You got 10 home runs. You're gonna keep the pitcher out there? I don't know anything about baseball, but man,
I know, right?
No, they tend to go to the middle relief
unless your whole damn squad.
Now if it's a shutout, they'll want that pitcher to get a complete game and to get the scoreless, and no hit, the pitcher no hitter. That's the only time I.
But
keep
I
him
guess
in.
if you're in
not
the
scoring.
getaway game, let's say, and you're
they'll
already
keep the
through all
pitcher
your
in.
pitchers, and it's like if the guy gets smacked up pretty early, pretty hard, it's like, well, got to run its course now. Let him try to get out of it and see where the chips lie after that.
But yeah, as far as the
get out of
pitchers,
hand
it all
really
depends
quick,
on if
man.
the pitcher, if
a
he's
couple
got a
grand
no hitter
slams
going
in a row, I'm sure
they'll keep him in there if he's got a no hitter going. But as soon as that guy gets a walk or somebody gets on base,
no, he's talking about why the Marlins left a pitcher in to get racked up that bad. 20 runs. That means your starting pitcher was left the game way too long.
Right. I mean, I was thinking your first pitcher comes in, you get your relief pitcher. He comes in and gets 5 more.
I don't think he stays in. Yeah.
And that's what I'm thinking. It must have been a getaway game where they just didn't have the pen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the starting pitcher shouldn't be in there the whole time. If he's on the losing end, if he's on the winning end,
that's called being really top heavy in your bullpen, dude. Like your starting pitcher gets jacked up, and then you don't have a reliever that can get you out of a couple innings. Damn.
Yeah,
that's terrible, Florida. What are you doing? Or Miami? What are you doing with that?
Speaking of which, when they go to 18 games, you think we're going to have to increase the roster and increase the practice squad and change things?
I mean, we've talked about that.
Yeah, the roster would, and I think they might add another playoff team too. That's when you go to 18.
That's the thing is that I've heard speculative talk about not in one step, but where they like to be at in the medium future is like a 20-week, 18-game season where they're mandating every player has a week off besides the bye. You know what I mean? Like every player, you have to cycle. Every player has to sit out a week, and including your quarterback. So that would increase the need for a larger roster.
Yeah,
obviously,
need a 60
and it would also possibly increase the need for let's say a more than mediocre backup quarterback if you aspire to win that game. Now, it could be a situation where if you're one of the good teams and you're already locked into the playoffs, maybe you want to save your quarterback's week off for, week 18 or week 19, you know what I mean, or whatever. So it may work out in the long run.
Get it right out of the bet or right out of the gate, put it in week 1.
Right. They do want to create a situation where that gets added to the strategy of everything, where you have a larger roster. You're mandated to sit every player at least one week besides the bye, and you've got 20 weeks to manage all these 18 games in.
I got a take on that, is that if they want international games. So another take on the 18-week is that you have 2 bye weeks, and the one bye week is always after your international game, and every team in the NFL has to have an international game to even it out. Because right now, if you have an
part of the
international
calculus,
game,
absolutely.
I think we're going to have an international game, and what that's going to do is it is going to throw it off. Because if you're at 18 games and one of them's international, you're still going to be 8-9 on your home teams in the United States.
Right.
Regardless, I mean, I don't care if you're the home team in Mexico. Who gives a shit? Right?
Do you sit Patrick Mahomes that week because you don't want to risk putting him on an overnight?
I don't think they're going to go with the sit. I think they're going to do 2 bye weeks and then everybody can play. But you still have to have a bigger roster and a bigger
to accommodate that extra game.
To do the 18 games in the first place, right?
But then they have to admit that they have so many injuries that they have to increase the roster because of injuries, which kind of hammers home the fact that there's so many injuries. So it's a tricky proposition.
Which means that certain key positions, your backup is going to have to be almost as good as your starter. You're going to have a lot more need for having a 1A and a 1B at a lot of positions.
At a lot of positions, yeah. That's what I say. Stack your roster,
which is kind of what we're setting our team up like. If you really look at each of our key positions, man, it's kind of, I mean, it's
Giants
not there yet, but it's slowly, it kind of seems the pattern,
It'll be nice when our offensive line gets there, where we don't have to play musical chairs and everybody changes position. If we had enough depth on every single position, we wouldn't have to have the right guard going to left guard and doing all kinds of crazy ass. I mean,
actual centers,
pass rushers dropping into coverage and whatever else.
I like the idea of more depth. In fact, I wish we had an entire depth league. I would love to watch some like
again. That's also part of the calculus we
they
were
do
just
another
talking
sport,
about. Is the farm systems being included in where does this pool of players come from? You know what I mean? Of skilled players. You know what I mean? Guys that are ready to plug right into the NFL.
They should make the arena football or the rural football a part of that talent pool of talent they can go grab and put them on 10-day contracts, kind of like what the NBA do with the.
I think they're working to the
TV.
UFL for that, and I think that's why college football and some of these conferences in college are starting to. They approve the NILs. They're trying to start. They're going to become professional clubs, and they're going to try to compete for the TV dollars from these leagues, man. NFL and UFL included. Watch.
Yeah, I tell you what, if we do have a minor league system, I wish it could be like the NBA and baseball where you can't poach. They have to
you have your own minor league system.
You have your actual own
like the Memphis
system.
Redbirds for the Cardinals.
Yeah,
apparently the Cards I think have a team down here that in the Grapefruit League that's exclusively theirs. I forget which one.
Mike makes a point. He said he doesn't think that the 18 games isn't going to happen for a while, if at all.
Well, right. I was thinking mezzo future. You know what I mean? Maybe mid to long term. Not like super long
they
term.
meet every year about it though.
I mean, they're really talking about it, is what I'm saying. It's just still probably a long way out.
And if they do 18 games, I could see where they add 8 playoff rosters. Everybody gets a bye week, and then after the season's done, so I could see why everybody will get a bye week. So if there are some coaching searches, people could look for could do their interviews.
Not only that, but if anybody's going to be rusty, everybody's going to be rusty.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, Shake? Like if everybody has a bye at the end of the season, then there's no, are we going to worry about rust going into the playoffs? Well, everybody's going to have to worry about that,
They're going to make it the playoffs start mandatory start.
And by the way,
one extra week after
to give a quick example of how slow bureaucracy and these talks we're talking about, if they're starting talks, like serious talks about the stuff now, you're still, you're talking a ways out. Because look, after Mount St. Helens erupted, they all got together, like the Forest Service, a bunch of different logging companies and everybody. And they're like, what are we going to do? We all want to come together and clean up. It still took them 1.5 years to get the first machine moving on cleaning up that stuff. Because all the red tape involved. When they finally started to clean up all the logs and all that, from the blast, it was like 1.5 years later.
Related to that, what do you think? Adding international games is not as hard as it is to completely deal with the logistics of a whole new game. So what do you think about the concept of they add another week? Because what happens is if you add another week, there's still that many games. They still have that many games on television. Right. They still make that much more revenue. So imagine a scenario where you add a week to the season, and you add a bye week to the season, and you add an international game for every team, and you add a bye week after your international game for every single team, no matter what. That way, even if your first game is an international game and then you have a bye week, then that's just your first bye week. You didn't lose your whole bye week, right? It's not the same.
And on top of that, Joe,
the international game could be the extra game.
8 and 8.
Well, on top of that, let's say we're talking about a 20-week, 18-game season, right? So they add the second bye week because that effectively allows you to add a whole nother week of television revenues without actually having to add a 19th game. You see what I'm saying?
They don't have to add another game.
Right. Because there's only going to be 4 or 5 teams on a bye week on any given week, even the second bye. So there's all 20 weeks are going to have televised football for them to make revenue off of, even though there's only 18 actual weeks of play.
And it also evens it out, so you always have 8 home games and 8 away games and 1 international game without having to add the extra one.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, see, we're already working it out logically.
And they should hire us, man.
I know,
at
because that's what I'm saying.
midnight on a Friday, drunk.
Well, that's why I brought up Mount St. Helens, because if they'd have hired us, we'd have been like, is it cool enough to go in there? Is it going to hurt anybody? No. Start doing it. Like a week later. I wouldn't have needed a year and a half to get started on that.
Well, you just got to have the machine and the equipment for it.
Oh, I know. And all the waivers signed and all that nonsense.
Yeah, so I think what Goodell should do is go into the room with his boards with a bottle of tequila, start passing it around and start kicking ideas.
Right. Well, Crypto, now that I'm thinking about it, Crypto, it was about a week of regulation talk, okay? And the rest of the year and a half was spent arguing over which logging company gets the money for the profit from the logs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Can you read this in your Mark voice?
Yeah. By the way, good evening, Shake. A great show as always. I always admire Shake Money here at the Finn's Tailgate. To me, it's 18 games per team with 2 exhibitions, and Super Bowl will be played on President's Day weekend. And by the way, your audience is really stupid. None of them know football, and except the Buffalo fans.
Yeah, that'd be nice to bring it to February.
Oh, man.
Yeah, President's Day off. That means you can automatically get the day off. You ain't got to call off work. It's automatically off.
Sometimes I feel like I lose about 30 or 40 seconds of memory, bro. Like, and it just happens every once in a while.
Yeah. 2 exhibition games and
almost as if somebody
Super Bowl,
almost as if I get possessed by a spirit or something of some
Good thing you're not
Buffalo
on camera.
fan.
It's all that head spin around.
Yeah. Right. I think you can have 2 teams with a bye week in the playoffs. That evens it out. But for the 8th team, if you're gonna have that extra playoff team, they get 2 byes. I think they can do it. They should do it this year.
If they go to the reason they'd want to go to 18 is because that home game that you have, even though it's going to only be every other year, because you have alternating years where you don't have the extra home game because one of them's international. They're going to go international for everybody. They really want to do that. So the stadiums want that income every other year. So I could see, because the owners and everybody is voting, you got the owners, the Players Association, which has how many injuries are we going to have per game if we add this? And you got your owners, which are like, well, what's in it for us? So I can see that we could go to 18 games because the owners want that extra alternating year of stadium income. Yeah. It's all about the money, when you get down to it.
Yeah, Hooked Up Joe, start hating on Tua already. You're disappointing Aaron Jones there, man.
Yeah, fucking Tua, man. I swear.
Well, I will say, Joe, new contract or not, I've definitely shifted gears a lot earlier this season. There's no sense in talking about anything else but about going forward and how we're going to win.
I'm happy with the offensive. I think we had offensive upgrade this year. Like all in all, I think our offense, our ability to go to a third wide receiver, an upgraded tight end, and there's you have your offensive line personnel, but you also have the fact that they're the third year in the system, and Armstead was in an interview.
Drop the link. Yeah, Shake dropped the link. Bryson said.
Oh yeah, it faded out of this. Armstead was like, I didn't learn the offense until halfway through this year. So it took Armstead a year and a half to actually get to where it clicked And he said, okay, this is how this offensive line system is supposed to work. Now imagine how much experience and brain power he has. I mean, he had to unlearn some stuff, and that's part of his process. But to take a year and a half for him to learn that tells you that this is an offensive line that they're effective. They were able to make immediate benefit. I mean, they started with the 32nd, the worst offensive line in the NFL, and got into the 20s on the first year before we pulled in Butchberry. Then they had extra focus on it, not the only focus, right? Their whole scheme and everything is based on making that offensive line work better without having to have star players. So I see a natural progression on the offensive line that doesn't necessarily have to be some new superstar talent, but instead I was hoping that we would start to get some people that had the build and the durability that we want, start to trust our coaching staff and come in and take that one to the next level. And I mean, our offensive line, our defense, even though it seems like it's varied a lot, if you look at our points per game, it's actually been pretty steady the whole year.
You are correct.
I mean, from year to year to year. So if we can increase our offense and let our defense just maintain what it's been doing, we're going to win more games. And I'm done. Welcome back, Bryson.
Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it.
Pretty much what I would have said. I mean, it still is a team game. I'm always going to take the pieces I got and try to figure out a way to win. You know what I mean?
By the way, Crypto, is Bryson the one that sounds like Robert?
No, that's Steve.
No, he's
that's
the
Steve.
Air Force jockey from.
No, you're thinking about Steve and Twitter from Twitter. Steve and Robert, them two. I know the difference between the two because Robert is not like over homerish. You can easily separate two in the first 4 sentences.
And don't let him fool you. Bryson flies high-tech drones for a living.
It's like when I was telling the difference between you and Alex, Shake. I didn't know if the Big O show was on or not. Then let me know if I'm speaking to you or Alex. If it's the Big O or not.
Oh my God! Speaking of Alex, did you hear that? Dude, he sounded like an Arab impersonating an Asian. The accent, whatever accent he was trying to do.
An Arab impersonating an Asian? Damn.
Is he a Russell Peters fan?
Damn. I was like, oh man, that must have come from the Big O show. Oh, that's definitely Alex. That's not Shake.
Yeah, and here's the thing. He had me going, but the second he should have just kept brief, kept his answers brief. But the more he kept talking, the more he gave himself away.
That's the key to a good impression. You can't say too much at once, man. It'll fall apart. Unless you're Frank Caliente, then you can literally be anybody you want. You know?
I was like, oh man, he gave it away. I heard that. I heard that this morning. Where did that come from?
Has Mark been on recently? From Bill's Mafia?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, not on here, but he was on the Peach show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's showing up from time to time. He's showing his, gracing us with his presence.
The real grace to have him.
I think he's secretly genuinely offended by the impression. He always leaves every time I do it.
I think it's great. I think it's hilarious.
Yeah, he doesn't need to be here. I mean, you can just play him, and he can just go do something else, man.
Exactly. I even got the avatar for it.
But listen, I don't agree with Mark, but I respect the fact that he sticks to his guns. You know what I'm saying? And I think he genuinely believes what he believes. You may not agree with him, but I think that's what he believes.
You can't. My microphone's going out on me, Michael K. I'm going to get that microphone from Dan Mitchell. He's got a better microphone. So
yeah, Crypto,
there you
your
go.
Stuff has been on water lately, dude. It seems like it's on its last leg or something.
Maybe so. But I'm gonna go check in with Dan Mitchell, and he's gonna give me a new one.
You need a Devontae Parker microphone.
Dan Mitchell's got a real good microphone, Michael K.
Hey, you know, it'd be real good if Dan Mitchell and Jason Sarney did a blog together. That would be like the ultimate dream team.
Yeah, Crypto, get a DVP microphone. It'll be reliable 4 weeks out of the year.
What do you think? Crypto?
Yeah, okay. 4 weeks out of the year, Bryson, I'll take it.
Yeah, hey, but
I'll
those
take
4
it,
weeks
Jake.
though would be pretty solid.
Hey, listen, man. Crypto needs to
running
stop
for office or something. You see,
Crypto needs to realize that Devontae Parker is a 1,000-yard receiver. So there you go.
Yeah.
I mean,
no,
if
it's
you
gonna
just saw
come with the
Twitter
greatest
today,
takes.
if you just saw Twitter today, you'd have thought Sarney was running for office or something, bro.
I ain't even hear Sarney.
Why?
Oh, he
What
was just on the.
It's like not him. It wasn't him. It was like 500 people. Just like, hey, you know this about Sarney? Hey, you know that about Sarney? He's such a great guy. I'm thinking, is he running for office or something? Like,
Well,
what's he
him and
going
Dan
for?
Mitchell,
Like,
him and Dan Mitchell would
60
do
in New York?
a great a podcast.
Yeah, they do. They would to shake.
I concur. I co-sign that.
And Michael K is gonna be a
Monochrome's
special
pretty
guest.
dope there, hooked up, Joe.
Special guest.
All they need is a.
That must be his AFK signal right there. It goes monochrome. He's like, that's how you know I'm away from the keyboard. All the color goes out of my logo.
That's the best
pretty
logo
cool.
right there.
It's like the neon sign outside being shut off. You know what I mean?
I put in a word for, Michael K, told Dan Mitchell, he said he was the greatest content creator that they got, keep it up for holding it down. So I let him know, Michael K. I put in a word for you.
One thing I want to say, how can Mike McDaniel wear a sweater in any weather? No matter how hot it is, that dude's. I don't understand.
Yeah, no matter the temperature, he will wear it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. Dude.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't wear a hoodie in.
Maybe he was a fan of. Maybe he was a fan of Bill Cosby. Cosby wore a lot of sweaters.
Oh, wait a minute. If he's eating Jello pudding pops on the sideline,
right. Right.
The other thing is, some people don't like that nasty shit that you put on your skin. You know what I mean? Called
hey,
sunscreen.
by the way, Crypto, we got Dan Mitchell's #1 fan in the back.
So the alternative is long sleeve clothing.
Don't do me any favors.
Oh man, I said I told him I was gonna put in a word for you. How much you adore this, his content. So
my
put in a
God.
good word for you.
I got a couple.
It's with the Jim Kelly era logo.
I want the red helmets back. He posted. He has me blocked on his Twitter. The idiot posted that Lambeau Field's allowing smoking in the stadiums now.
What? They allowing smoking?
Yeah,
no way they'll do that in Green Bay. What?
I know. That's what he played. I mean, he's an idiot. My buddy says this. Says, look what this clown's doing now.
Well, who's to say they don't have a smoking area like they do at some of the airports?
Like a section off part of the like in a garage somewhere?
Right.
No,
he's talking about a garage.
Go to his Twitter right now. Real Dan Mitchell, real dork Mitchell.
See, that's my whole issue. It's like I get that like everybody hates nicotine smokers these days for some reason, but like what's wrong with a room that we all could go to at these venues? You know what I mean? Like
some of them might have smoking sections, and
for the longest time
already.
For the longest time, and I think they finally closed them, but for the longest time, they had smoking sections in Atlanta airport.
Yeah, you have a section off, one off area.
What's
Yeah,
that airport called?
But that's like an enclosure, though.
Yeah, it's gotta
everybody's
be
getting the same
enclosed.
smoke. It's
Right, it was an enclosure that had like big vents, big air clean, air movers.
Right,
the big
sliding glass door. But then they
pretty
closed them
much,
for
yeah.
some reason. It's like, what? It wasn't hurting nobody. If I choose to go in there, you know what I mean?
Well,
Yeah, a smoking room
most
is no problem.
smokers will go in there. Yeah, the room.
But you know how it
I mean,
is. Everybody
a
hates
smoking
smokers
section.
now for some reason. You could smoke. You could probably get away with smoking a joint walking down the promenade, but no,
Well, you got a gazebo.
don't have a smoking section. You know what I mean?
But can you smoke anything in there? That's the key.
Well, no, but I'm just saying, like, it's just the way it is right now. There's actually a worse image for tobacco smokers than it is for weed smokers right now.
Yeah, that's kind of
Right, that's what I'm saying. Some of the weed smokers are probably going in there smoking up the joint and pissing off the regular smokers.
Right.
And they like kicking them out. Like,
In
get
a
out of here.
separate room, and now in a separate room, there's a better case also to be made for vaping, because in a separate room, vaping, that's
you
like
should be just do
doubly
open,
kind of,
open. Well, they let you vape in the open. You don't got to
Hey,
be in the...
Michael
Not in
K.
some places.
I sent you a text message, Michael K. Read that text message I sent you.
I didn't get it yet. Hold on.
Okay.
Oh, you'll hear it. You'll hear it vibrate.
Right.
There it is. You'll hear it vibrate
Vape on the airplane.
He's got the vibrator on high speed.
Nah, it's
Like,
right,
it's
'cause I
only
know my
vaping. Why don't they
room.
let people vape in the bathroom?
I heard the vibrator.
Because when you flush the toilet, it sucks out all the air anyway.
I think it's the batteries.
Well, that's got to be a hell of a freaking toilet.
Well, you know them how the toilets are on an airplane. They're just kind of like a big vacuum.
Yeah, so vacuum. Yeah, it's huge. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
the
people get
powerful
stuck
vacuum
on
coming
those.
out.
I think they don't want the vapes because of
Yeah, they
the
get stuck on the
batteries.
toilet. Yeah, I've heard
Oh
an
yeah,
incident.
the
where
batteries.
they
That
stuck
makes
on the
sense.
toilet.
Yeah, I hadn't thought of that.
Because
From the batteries,
remember the when those like scooters or whatever, I don't know what they're called, but the lithium batteries, it actually like ignited on a plane once, and then they stopped allowing
Yeah,
The hover rounds. You're talking about
and
the
that's
hover
not an old
rounds.
wives' tale
Yeah,
either.
yeah.
There's
On the hover rounds.
you have to
yeah.
declare at FedEx, like if
Yeah.
you got a laptop you're sending with a battery and all that, you got to like
yeah,
put
you
it in
gotta let 'em
special
know.
packaging and all that.
Yeah, there's
Right,
a well,
put it in a special bag.
my motorcycle batteries are lithium, and they can't ship air. They got to ship ground. So when I
Yeah,
order
even
a
when you
battery,
buy,
it usually takes 7 or 8 days to get here.
even you buy a flashlight that has a battery in it, it comes with like a label on it. You buy a laptop, it comes with a special label on it. You know, it says battery alert, might explode on you.
No,
Most laptops you can't remove the battery.
Industry
You know, some
inside
of them are
information,
unremovable.
they do make exceptions because how else was I getting shipped a replacement battery overnight for a Dell customer? Oh, excuse me, for a OEM customer, to service the next day. You know what I mean? Like we were
I get
picking up
Amazon
shipments of
next day
parts that were
delivery.
all overnighted to us, and there was plenty of laptop batteries sent.
Yeah, most of the laptops are not removable. You got to break open the thing to put the battery in there. You
Now they
can't
are
just
like
pop it
half
out.
charged or whatever. You know what I
I
mean?
don't know
They're
if you
not
can
like
pop it out or not.
Yeah, but are they true lithium though?
They're laptop batteries.
Yeah, but are they true lithium ion?
They have all the warnings on the package.
Right. I get stuff with the warning on the package overnight from Amazon all the time now.
Right.
Because I mean, there's a common sense law you have to deal with, right? You can't just say you're never going to ship it overnight because it
Right.
has a lithium battery in it when everything has a lithium battery in it. It's
Right. Plus, especially with a company like Amazon, there's their own planes anyway. If you want, you know what I mean. Half of them, most of them are delivered, like shipped by their own couriers, right? Like their own equipment. Like,
All the
doesn't
stuff I
Amazon
get
own
from
its own
Amazon,
jumbo jet?
Yeah, well, yeah, they do now.
all the
They
stuff
do,
I
yeah.
get from Amazon comes in discreet packaging.
They own their own tractors too. They got the whole thing.
Same with FedEx. FedEx owns their own planes too. So
Yeah, they got their own tractors and trailers. Yeah.
just like Ross owns the grass company. He'll be selling the grass to other teams. He'll be the grass dealer in the NFL. Like Ricky Williams will be like, "Shit, man."
I'm surprised Ricky ain't came back opened up one of them dispensers.
He has. He does.
Yeah,
he has
got some strains. And
yeah,
stuff.
he's got. It's called Heisman, and it's
it's called Heisman. Yeah.
Heisman, it is. Oh, that's a good name. I like to play on words. That's good. That's perfect. Play on words.
Out there everywhere.
I worked for this contractor
awesome.
one time.
That's smart.
And we were building, the mansions over in Palm Beach and all that. And he basically got a hold of this hardwood, a couple different hardwoods from these different places around the world. And he had, one of them was from Brazil. And he ended up setting up an actual milling company down in Brazil to sell his own company the wood for it all. And then he tried to design windows, like hurricane windows, and was having them tested up at Riviera Beach to start it so he could basically sell his own company the hurricane windows too. You know what I mean? It's crazy. That's how them guys do that, man. It's kind of brilliant.
The best marketing is Mike Tyson's edibles. They're shaped like ears.
Oh, damn.
Then of course, he's selling it once he gets the hurricane windows approved and licensed. Then it's selling to all the other contractors. You know what I mean?
Is it raspberry flavored or freaking strawberry?
I don't know. They were talking about it on McAfee. He had him in his. Actually, it wasn't on McAfee. It was McAfee was on a couple of basketball players do a podcast. It was actually pretty funny.
Yeah,
and he had him in his pocket. And he said, "Oh, both ears are stuck together. I might as well take them both because they melted together. They were like gummy bears, but in the shape of ears."
They're fighting in July, right?
They're called the Mike Bites.
Haribo will turn anything into a gummy, huh?
Not only are they shaped like an ear, but the ear has a little bite taken out of it, and they're called Mike Bites.
Oh, God.
Hey, let's be real. First thing y'all bite off the gummy bear is his ears. You know it. Don't lie.
Man. Oh.
I
like the tropical ones. I like the tropical gummy bears. I'll be honest. I like the tropical ones.
That's how you know your little kid's gonna be a psychopath. You find out what they bite off first on the gummy bear. If they're biting their face off, you probably got a little killer. You know
what happens if they bite their ass off first?
Oh God!
Holy shit! They do have a bite. They do have a bite taken out of the ear. I just brought it up.
Oh yeah, that's a bite taken out of the ear.
Yeah, it's called the sour apple punch.
Oh yeah, that's
damn! I might have to buy me some sour apple
Holyfield flavored.
Oh shit!
What the fuck? 100 milligram THC, Tyson.
I'm sure they got
Tyson is funny as hell,
kiwi
man.
and freaking what's the other one? Grapes.
Tyson's quite the character, man. He's like all crazy, like it's just hilarious. I mean,
yeah, he is. He's still kicking.
What you would expect. I mean, he's like funny and.
Yeah, he is.
I'm a nice guy.
He's still out there running around.
I'm a really nice guy. Just don't piss me off.
Yeah, I'll bite your fucking ear off. But outside of that, pretty chill, especially with these edibles.
Did that Jake Paul actually say he was going to end Tyson?
Probably.
Yeah.
I'm sure he did. That guy.
I'm sure he's probably said that.
Actually, that
man got an ego out of this world. Well, both of them do. But yeah.
I can't bet on it here because it's an exhibition fight in New York. Like I can't.
US. That's what you got to go to Bet US.
Is it though? No, it's on their professional record. Like it's going.
Why you wouldn't go and Bet US? They took your money.
Wait, Mike. Okay, that was like asking. That was like asking if a donkey is a jackass.
What do you mean?
Listen, the guy was Jake Paul. There's talks that Jake Paul made comments about Tyson's dead daughter.
Yeah, that's fucked. But no, I don't think it's an exhibition. It's a professional fight. The commission's involved, and it's going on their professional record.
Comments about his daughter. When did this
So
happen, Shake?
I think you might be able to
they're
bet
all
on it.
professional because you got to sign waivers to beat each other's face in.
Well, I know on FanDuel and
He did this
DraftKings,
before,
I
a
can't.
couple of weeks ago.
Really, that's interesting.
I
Maybe
can't.
when it gets closer.
The hot dog eating contest. I can't bet on it. I gotta Venmo my buddy in Ohio money to put it on.
I got you.
So any exhibitions and non-sporting events, I can't bet on.
Yeah, no. I get that, but this one, it's a professional fight. I'm almost positive because it's going on Mike Tyson's record, and the commission's involved.
Hold on, so I'm looking it up right now. Is Tyson Paul fight and exhibition? But in many boxing, a call exhibition. George Soros called a fight. Yada yada yada. Sanction. Oh wait, hold on. It's sanctioned as April 30th. Oh shit! I hate these pop-ups.
April 30th.
Sanctioned as professional boxing. Many in boxing call it exhibition. So I might be able to. Oh, all right.
Yeah, maybe just wait till it gets a little closer because I don't think it's on until July.
Okay, so
July 20th.
He said April 30th.
Jake Paul said that Mike Tyson he's going to bury Mike Tyson right next to his daughter.
Oh, he's going to bury him next to his daughter. Wow.
Wow, somebody's going to get knocked out, and it's not going to be Mike Tyson.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
You gotta.
You don't poke the bear. You poking the bear
yeah,
now.
dude.
Yeah,
That's just
the
messed
wrong
up,
thing to
dude.
do.
You could
Yeah,
talk
you
shit
can't
without
say
bringing
that.
up dead daughters, bro. That's fucked.
Yeah, you just say you're gonna put him in his grave.
I know,
or
it's
something.
so
Don't
funny.
leave
It's
out
like
that. Right.
boxing and MMA is the
Just
only
leave it
place
at-
they're allowed to get that deep, dude. Everybody else would be canceled for saying something like that, bro.
Yeah. Well, wrestling you can say
Like,
anything you want.
Dead family
WWE.
members is usually off limits in most respectable venues.
Yeah, I think you could probably do it in the WWE. I think wrestling probably say something like that.
I don't know, bro. Like,
This is all
family's
make
one of those
believe,
things
anyways.
where it's like, I know people talk about it. That's one of those
does Conor
things.
McGregor do the same thing, talking about
He does. No, he does, and that's
your
what's
wife
messed up,
being
bro.
jealous of me and all that shit, you know?
Well, he did. He said that to Khabib, like your wife's got a towel on her head or something, because they're Muslim. And then he said something about Dustin Poirier's wife too. I don't know. My
It had
opinion
to be
is
contracted, bro, because you know what I mean. You're not going to say
could be
something like that about that people of that faith without real consequences, like it.
Well,
with your
he got
image, you know what I mean?
consequences, Color. He got his ass kicked. You know what I'm saying?
Oh well, yeah.
Like,
I guess.
No, I
No,
mean
I know what
like
you're
the
saying.
image.
I know what
Like
you're
I
saying.
can't see. I mean, you know what I mean, bro? Like I don't know. Not that I care. I'm just saying that society at large. I can't imagine his image withstanding that
Yeah.
without it being agreed upon by Khabib and all that as part of the show. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
the
don't know.
wrestling thing, I don't really have a big issue with it because I think it would be more staged. But something like in the boxing arena, I think
Just take
that
the family out
if
of it, man.
if the whole purpose of that was to create more, it was to get more money. If you just boil it all the way down to what the reason for that was, it was to get more money, and to do something like that for the purpose of just getting more money because you want whatever it takes in order to be whatever you want to be right now. You know what I mean? I think that's low class.
Yeah, that's what I'm
mean?
saying.
That's
Unless
my
it was
feeling.
agreed upon. You know what I mean? Like
Right. In
by the both of
WWE,
them.
that's I mean, you got to figure it's agreed on. But if it's not agreed on, it's not
And I don't mean to be stereotypical, but given the tenets of that faith, I can't imagine it wouldn't have been agreed upon without that, and that dude still having his image in
I'm
society.
talking
You know
about
what I mean?
the tenets of the
Yeah, I don't know.
WWE.
I just think Conor McGregor don't give a fuck, and he's just trying to say shit. Like
I mean, wrestling's just like everything in wrestling's scripted. I mean, that's all part of it, right? But when you get outside of the wrestling arena, I mean, anything that happens in wrestling, you might as well be watching a movie. Like if there's a movie and somebody gets shot, I don't go, "Oh my God, the motherfucker shot him!" Right? I don't get, you know what I mean? And world wrestling, I mean, it's all everything they say and everything they do is might as well be watching a movie. But when you get into something like boxing and you're actually talking about somebody and they're not agreeing to that, that's when it becomes low class, and that's where
right.
I don't have any respect for that at all.
Well, here's the thing. Kevin Nash, when he came back when they bought WCW and he came back for the first time, Rock went off script and started talking shit about him, calling him a bitch and this and that. And there was a big fight backstage because he didn't know that he was going to be saying that. So there's been times where people would talk shit on WWF and they go off script. And the person doesn't like it, and they fight backstage.
Yeah, and if that was the case in that case, I'd have just the amount of disrespect for that person too, because it's all about trying to get money. And there's, I mean, you're crossing the line there. You know what I mean?
I think talking shit is different if you're just talking shit, right? Talking shit's fun, but when you bring family into it, that's when I draw the line. Like if you're just like Conor McGregor has said some really funny stuff before a fight. Like that's just about how this fighter sucks or whatever, just like random stuff. But once you bring in family, that's when I draw the line. Talk shit, that's great. Have fun with it. That brings viewers, but just don't bring in the family. There's just no reason for it. Talk shit to the fighter you're fighting, not why you got to bring in his wife or
even
kids.
like, do you even did the rappers that used to rap against each other? Did they even do that? I'm not even sure they did that.
And you know what?
Yeah. They did.
I'm gonna give him his credit while he's here. That's one thing I can respect about Michael K. He talks a lot of trash to us Dolphin fans, but he's never once brought in somebody's family member or.
There's no reason for it.
I just mean I ain't never heard Eazy-E talk about Snoop's kids. That's all I'm saying.
Eazy-E's dead.
Right.
Oh, that shit was funny as hell. Yeah. He talking about some Eazy-E from the 2 Live Crew.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you didn't even catch it when I said when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor.
Yeah.
Right.
You didn't catch that one either.
Yeah, you said I have to go up there and rescue him.
Yeah, because he's going down like the German planes at Pearl Harbor. He didn't catch that.
I did, but I'm like, I better not say nothing because I don't want to get canceled.
That was some.
No, I do think Ice Cube talked about one of their house one time in one of his songs.
Hey, I gotta run. It's midnight. I'm about to turn into a pumpkin. So
okay, hooked up.
I appreciate y'all having me on.
Yeah. Get rid of those ruby. Don't try the ruby slippers next time. Hooked up.
Man, I got my rose-colored glasses on all the time, man. Go Fins up. We're gonna win the Super Bowl every year for the foreseeable future.
Well, if you till further notice, right? There you go.
All right. I'll have a good one.
Yeah, all right.
Hey, does anybody have the ability to sign on to Stream East?
Yes. No. But I haven't signed on in a while. Yes, I can sign on. You got to do it on your desktop and put it in the large screen mode.
But listen,
I use a thing called Webcaster.
You got to use your desktop.
I have it on my tablet or my phone. But I had the hockey game on.
Right.
And now it's coming up server side error.
Because I went VIP. I'll put it in the private chat. VIProw.me.
Hey, don't be saying that stuff around here, man. You're gonna get it shut down.
Yeah. But
anyway, some of it you can pay for the VIP though. I mean,
I not endorse anything at the Fins Tailgate except legally purchasing your content from the
YouTube TV. YouTube TV.
I gotta take out the few.
But I went 5 for 5 on the first game, and I got five legs in the second. I can't even watch the game.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, but Michael K, did you see the text message I sent you?
Yeah. What rag is that from?
Yeah, it's not right. I mean, that's what it. Whatever it is, you could see what I showed you what I put in the search bar, so you could just look it up.
I will, because I'll do it off my phone. Yeah, it's not giving me the option to play the game.
You got to delete the porn out of your browser, then you get a better, more refresh rate. It comes in a lot cleaner. It works
Speaking
better.
of, did you all see that press conference with the basketball player and somebody's?
Oh yeah, that was
somebody had
yeah.
Pornhub on and
Somebody had
their
porn.
phone.
Yeah, the X. Yeah, they was in the background. That was Luka Doncic.
Shit was
It came
hilarious.
on loud. The look on his face, he was like, it was classic.
What happened?
Like
The
he was
press
doing a press
was going
conference,
on,
and
and like all of a sudden, somebody's phone started. You could hear some chick getting off on somebody's phone.
on the phone. Yeah, Zach. It came in loud too. Luka Doncic press conference. Google it. Just go Luka Doncic press conference porn. Then that'll do it.
By the way, listen. I'm gonna send you a
Oh my
screenshot. It says
God.
also the Bleacher Report also says Bills see Austin as possible destination amid Buffalo Stadium talks. This is the
Wait a minute,
Bleacher
they already
Report.
building a stadium, ain't they?
No,
I thought you guys were building a stadium.
Crypto, don't even get me going on that one. Oh my God, what a fiasco!
That was.
Oh yeah, it's not happening no more.
No, it's happening. It's happening, but they build a stadium. This is how smart the NFL is, and this is how smart New York State is. I can't stand this state. I really can't. Erie
What
County.
happened? They not funding it no more.
No, we're Erie County. My county where I live. We put up $850 million of county money.
Jeez,
When it's all said and done, we don't even own the stadium. New York State does.
Who's footing the bill for the rest though?
The NFL and Pagula.
So the owners chipping in, and then the NFL is.
Yeah.
How much of the NFL is giving?
I don't know how much the NFL is giving them, but now they're putting these personal seat licensing agreements on.
Mm-hmm.
And the first round, I was in the 100 levels. My seats were in the 100. I'm not even taking them. Since 1985, I said, "Fuck it, I'm not," because they didn't tell me how much it's going to be.
That's hilarious.
The personal seat licenses are like $20,000.
So Michael K, being a resident of New York, did you learn anything?
Yeah, vote Republican.
Or leave the state and join the rest of the 5 million people that have made the exodus out of that state.
Well, it was the whole thing. I mean, if I don't understand how Erie County could even get, because we own Rich Stadium or whatever you want to call it now, Highmark Stadium, whatever, it's county. And I don't know if the NFL or New York State has to pay rent to own the stadium because it's still Erie County property that it's being built on.
They justify it by
if the county. If the county puts more of the revenue up there, they own it.
You're an NFL city, which will inherently net your city a certain amount of tax revenue every year, and so that's what they're projecting and basing it on, dude.
Yeah, I just don't.
No. If you own it, if the county pays more than half of the revenue, then they'll have more ownership.
Well, I'm saying that's how the county justifies using the taxpayer dollars on it.
Right, and it's
no. If it's $800 million, that sounds like way more than half of the cost of the stadium.
The stadium was supposed to be like 1.5.
And it's usually voted on, so it's your own fault.
I got a question about that actually. If you guys
wait a minute. The moral of the story is I didn't make that. Remember, I was telling you, Michael K, I didn't make that story up. Just saying, so you know.
Yeah,
well, if the taxpayers, like, let's say the county pays for the stadium or whatever, is there any deals on the back half where they get some of that money back, like, or they're just really
through tax revenue of the fact that not you're an NFL city, and there's a lot of clout that comes with that.
But it's not like they get like.
I don't think
the taxpayers ain't gonna file and itemize their taxes every year.
But I'm just saying, like,
saying that they getting it back. No.
The county or state get any like percentage of like sales or anything? They don't get anything. They just straight up donate the money, basically.
Revenue.
Well,
that's revenue on.
No.
I mean,
that will be a direct benefit.
If you listen to the newscasts or people talking about it, or you read an article about it, it's written by attorneys that you can't even you can read it 5 or 6 times and not understand the language.
Okay. So they're basically just, I mean, obviously they're doing it for tourist money so they can get,
Right. The county looks at it as investing the taxpayers' money.
Gotcha, but they're not actually going to get any money from the team in return. Like
Probably
from
not.
the team.
Not through ownership, no.
Okay.
Unless, like Crypto said, unless they own the majority share of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just didn't know if like sometimes they'll take part ownership because they donated.
Well, there may be something they get off direct profits. I don't really know, but the idea is that, you know what I mean, you're gonna your county is gonna inherently be wealthier because it's got an NFL team.
That's why Arlington got the Dallas stadium rather than Dallas,
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Ross owns the
Dallas
stadium.
was not willing to give any money, so Arlington was like, "We'll give money," and now that stadium's,
Right. Sometimes the owners don't want to foot the bill, and then it goes to the people in the county.
And sometimes the owners don't want to build the new building in that same city, and they want it to be in Los Angeles, where there's a lot more money to be made.
Yeah.
So they rigged the whole thing so that nobody who actually supports the Rams, the St. Louis football team can actually vote on it. And so that's why the Rams left St. Louis.
And they didn't even have to pocket the full $5
Well, they
billion
left St. Louis. They probably went to a more lucrative state that's got the money to foot the bill.
Right. And in order to keep them and force Kroenke to or whoever to add another team in LA, they said, "Hey, we need money from the city." The city's like, "We don't want to give any money to build a new stadium," and they held a vote on it, and the people outside of the city of St. Louis were not allowed to vote in it.
Yeah, the owners don't want to pay. They're gonna go where the money's at, and they're gonna go to where all the money's at.
I'm just saying the voters could have kept the Rams there, and it would have forced the NFL to install a new team in expansion in LA. But the voters voted it down because the majority of the actual Rams fans who live in the suburban areas of St. Louis County were not allowed to vote on the referendum. There's only 500 people in actual St. Louis proper. You know what I mean? It's not an actual huge city.
Right, but how many? Where was the property physically located? Is it inside
in
that
downtown St. Louis? Edward Jones.
That's why. Right, that's why.
I know. I'm just saying.
Because of the actual physical location of it.
But it still wasn't a temperature of whether the fan base wanted to keep that team there or not, is what I'm saying. So
they wanted to move to LA.
It was marketed as if the fan base didn't want to pay for the team to be there. You know what I mean? And that's not really the case.
They knew they were going to have, like the Chargers already kind of had their fan base. Like they already were the LA Rams previously. So they knew they already had the fans there locally. Plus, they didn't even have to pay the full price for the stadium. They split it with the Chargers.
Well, they moved back and forth.
Well, according to Kroenke, he had a lifelong dream of bringing the Rams back to LA. He thought that's where they belong.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a great move. I mean, it's way more people.
But the idea that the NFL had something to do with downplaying the desire to keep a football team in St. Louis is evidenced by the fact that as soon as Kroenke built that emporium out there, they immediately moved in, leased off of him, and it's now the new NFL headquarters.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that stadium's beautiful. And like, I mean,
for the NFL, not for the Rams.
No, I know. And like, I mean, you look at any Rams game, it's like a celebrity place, like celebrities that don't even go to NFL games.
I looked up the raw numbers.
The NFL.
I looked up the raw numbers for the influx of efflux. It's only 250,000 people moving to Florida. It was 700,000
Oh, I'm
for the
talking
exodus and
about crypto.
500
I'm talking about
ATO.
I'm talking about it. I'm talking about a longer term migration. It was from the year 2000
From 1 year
to
from
the year
23 to 24. I'm
2020.
talking about.
There was is when at the span of time at which we switched places with New York on the list of most population. So from 2000 to 2020, we have moved into third place at 21.9 million roughly, and New York has fallen to 19 million in that span of time. I don't know what it is
But
in
yeah,
the
that was
4
20.
years since then. You know what I mean?
But no, 20. Yeah, to 2020.
Right, and we effectively switched places with them as third most populated state in the country.
Yeah, you got to remember that shenanigans that went on with the 2020 census to begin with. So I don't know if that's going to be a quite accurate depiction of
if you look at
the
the
true
chart
population.
if you look at the population increase chart from 2000 to 2020 between the two states,
the whole
one looks like
migration thing.
One
was,
looks like a sine
scandal.
wave, and the other one looks like a hockey stick. Guess which one looks like the hockey stick?
The administration at the time was tinkering with the census numbers and not allowing certain states to count their census.
For 20 years?
Because you get representation.
For 20 years?
I'm talking about, no, because it's done every 10 years.
Right, but I'm telling you that the population chart between New York and Florida from 2000 to 2020, one of them is a sine wave and the other is a hockey stick. I'll let you guess which one the hockey stick is.
Well, the hockey stick, it can go from anywhere from 1% to 20%.
It went from 17.5 million to 21.9. That's what the numbers are.
Right, but that will be
Look
total
up the current
population.
population of Florida. It's almost
I'm
22
not,
million.
no, I'm not arguing the population of Florida. I'm talking about the total number. If you're talking about an influx from other states, I'm talking about the net numbers is only 250,000. There was only 500.
I'm just speaking in general
But
terms.
it was
as to where most New
500,000
Yorkers
people
are
left
known for
Florida, too.
migrating to. I wasn't saying they weren't going to other states. I was
Yeah,
just
New
saying that
Yorkers
generally
love South
speaking, they're
Florida,
going to
man.
come to Florida.
Right, but what I'm saying is, it's not like Florida didn't lose 500,000 people neither. In the other direction.
Oh, maybe they did.
They netted 250.
Maybe they did because I'm one of them that moved to St. Louis for 11 years. So, yeah, okay.
Yeah, now I'm not talking about a 10-year period. I'm talking about a shorter period of time. It was like 750,000 coming in and 500,000 leaving, which netting you 250 that I'm talking about.
And then
Only
that,
a plus
and then that
250
doesn't
in
even
1
count
year.
how many people, like if you look at the difference between other states, I mean, people are just leaving the damn state, man. I don't know what to tell you. You can't ignore it, but it just is what it is, man.
Bro, that 10%.
I'm just saying, but migration has happened state to state. Every state, Texas is losing people. A lot of people is losing for whatever reasons.
Right. I know. I'm
Yeah, but
47 years old.
Father's trying
I'm
to say is the
47 years old, and for 27 years of my life, New York had the third largest population in the country. Now they don't. That's all I'm saying. I haven't said anything but that.
Well, yeah, New York was up there. That's mainly because of the 5 boroughs in New York City that accounted for 90% of that. So all you have to do is offset New York City and those 5 boroughs, and you can easily surpass them in a short amount of time.
Yeah, I know.
But to think you're going to catch California, it's a fool's errand.
Population has gone up too.
A lot of people are leaving California, though. A lot.
Yeah,
of people.
but the problem is the birth to death rate is going to offset that, and it's going to take a millennia to overcome California.
But that's fine. I'm just saying, there's a lot of people that are not liking the direction California is going.
Yeah,
but
that's been that way for 500 years,
California, and still, you know. don't make any difference.
It is still making no difference. It's still the
they'll move to Dallas Fort Worth where their vote just gets.
I'm not a
muddied in with
Californian, but
everybody
I
else.
hear this talking point all the time. They're still the fifth largest economy in the world. I'm not talking about state. I'm
That's
talking about
fine. But
economy.
go to San Francisco. That place is a shithole. That used to be one of the best cities.
Well,
in
if
America.
it counted for a shithole,
It
apparently
used to be one of the nicest cities in America.
It wasn't enough to make them the worst economy in the world.
I'm sure there's still an economy.
If they can have the shithole city like you say they are, and still be the fifth largest economy in the world, what that says about the rest of the 49 states? I'm just saying.
I live in Arkansas
because they have all those agriculture.
Like 3 million people. So like I understand what you're saying.
They also have like all the
Well, yeah, agriculture does work.
But what I'm saying is like
yeah, you could extract whatever they have out of California and make other states wealthy. Then that's what's happening.
Sure,
that's what I'm saying. They've been shit for the last 400 years.
Like every technological advancement we've had, California's been able to take advantage of. Gold, platinum,
what I'm saying.
silicone, all of
Texas,
it.
hold on, but Texas. If you look at Texas and
they have all that two color. They have a lot of metals, precious metals that is mined like from now until millennia.
Texas is whatchamacallit. It's only separated. It's by 9 million people. Texas and California. It's only been separated by 9 million people.
Yeah, 9 million people.
And then you have a considerable drop off.
They're 9 million, but there've been 9 million people for how long?
A long time.
I'm talking about as far as the separation between
about
Texas
as
and
long
California.
as there was a 9 million difference between Florida and New York.
And color to correct you, the NFL network moved to Los Angeles. NFL corporate's still in New York.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah,
and so you realize San Francisco is probably one of the smallest cities in California.
I should have thought about the two different entities because they are two separate.
It's like 50 million people in California.
No, but I'm not talking about that. I'm saying it used to be a vacation destination.
39 million, and out of that, what is it like? Maybe 600,000 live in San Francisco County.
It's filled with feces, homeless. People can literally rob places and not get arrested.
800,000,
and that's probably the entire state of Arkansas. As far as the poverty per capita,
Arkansas
per capita.
It's nice. I never once said Arkansas is nice. I just live here because I work here.
I'm just giving you the scale as far as there's levels to what you're talking about. The scale of it.
I would never live in California.
You hear me, Crypto?
I don't care how much money they're gonna.
What was that, Jake?
There's 800,000 people in San Francisco as of 22.
That's okay. I thought it was 600,000. My bad. I know it was under a million.
More than St. Louis.
I just use that as an example. I mean, go to LA.
I was using that, Shake. I was using that as a percentage to give you the scale of the total population of the state compared to just one city that he's talking about.
Hey, guys,
it's not even a blip on the radar.
I mean, go to
not to interrupt.
The freaking state is destroyed. Go to
not
Skid
to interrupt, but who cares? I have right now, as it stands, it's 3-3 Edmonton against Vancouver.
Yeah,
I have over 6.5. I have over 6.5, so I won that. I got Draisaitl 3 shots. He's got 3. I got Bouchard 2 shots. He's got that. I need Hyman to get 1 more shot in 11 minutes, and I need the Oilers to win outright. Doesn't matter overtime or not, and I win.
Wait, over 6.5. So you need 1 more goal.
That shit's rigged.
I'm gonna get a goal.
That shit's rigged.
Oh, I see what you're saying because it's playoffs. Yeah, you have.
I'm gonna get that goal. But I went 5 for 5 on the Panthers. I took Panthers -1.5.
Fuck the Panthers. They got.
I know. Hey,
Greg, you're not a Panthers fan?
They got helped by the refs tonight.
Greg, no. What happened?
They got helped by the refs tonight. BS.
Yeah, bullshit.
Dude, fuck it. Boston only had 17 shots on net the whole game. They didn't show up.
I know they didn't show up, but they still got. We were gonna come back.
Doesn't matter. The Rangers are gonna kill whoever they play, anyways.
No, fuck the Rangers. The Rangers suck. We're gonna sweep them.
I mean, you got to get
I
through the
thought the
Panthers
Bruins were
first. Doesn't look
eliminated.
like you're doing too hot.
So I'm one shot from Hyman, and the Oilers winning from winning $1,000.
Oh shit! Good
Hell
luck.
yeah, man! How much you had to put down on that bet?
$5.
$5?
Yeah.
Damn,
$5
son.
bet.
Hell yeah, let's go, man.
Yeah, because I went 5 for 5 on the first one.
Let's
need
go,
Hyman
man.
to get one more shot.
What number is he? Do you know?
Hyman's I think 19 on Edmonton.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm watching the game. I got it on my second monitor.
And I need Oilers to win it outright. Fuck. Had I picked the Oilers plus 1.5 because they were the underdogs, I would have won that one too, and I just would have need Hyman. I could have won. But the odds sucked. It was like minus 258 on that one, where money line was minus 115.
Hockey's fun, man. I like hockey.
Oh, hockey's great. Just to watch. I watch every game that's been on in the playoffs. I've watched.
I like hockey just when the refs not dictate the game, you know.
I'll tell you what, though, of all the sports, hockey probably has the best referees.
I was sure about that.
You know, did you see that bullshit call they had against Indiana the other night with they called it a kick and it obviously went off the guy's hand?
Yeah, that was bullshit.
You know, yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, that was a crock of shit. I won't even watch basketball for that. You can take 15 steps and only have to dribble twice. But my thing's not working right now, so I can't even watch the game. Fuckers. All right, here we go. Come on, Hyman. All right, I'm done. I'll let you know when he gets a shot.
Yeah, let us know, please. That's fucking dope, man.
I'll be screaming. Then I just gotta worry about Edmonton winning. See, now in a perfect world, the next shot Hyman gets on net's a goal, and then I win. As long as they can keep Vancouver from tying it. If Hyman scores the next goal, I win them both. As long as they win the game. But he's been averaging 4 shots a game. He's only got 2
Edmonton,
so far.
that's in Canada, right? Edmonton?
Yeah. Yeah, well, they're playing Vancouver tonight, which is in Canada, too. That's the only thing that's ever good come out of Canada.
Edmonton Oilers, that's a Canadian team, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
I just hope whoever wins the series loses to Colorado or Dallas, and then we have no Canadian team win the cup. Keep the streak alive. Keep the streak going.
Yeah, how many Canadian teams are there?
Just 2.
Okay.
Left in the playoffs, just 2.
Oh no, I mean in the whole league.
12,
Toronto,
I think.
Montreal, Winnipeg, Vancouver, Edmonton. I think there's 5. Oh, Ottawa.
Jeez,
6.
there's that many. I didn't know that. Damn.
Calgary 7.
Calgary. I thought there was 8.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up watching the Panthers, like going to but we sucked, bro. Growing up, we sucked. So like, I haven't really, and I'm from Florida, so we weren't really big on hockey. But last couple of years, I've been watching a little more. It's fun. It's a good sport.
Yeah. I like the Panthers, but I hate them right now.
I respect that. If you're a Bruins fan, I understand.
Dude, I like
those are all pretenders, Greg. Those are all pretenders. The Blackhawks the best team ever.
I was telling people if the after the second period, I was telling people if the Maple Leafs weren't a clown show, like the Bruins wouldn't have made it past the first round. But Toronto is
because you guys like came back in that series, right?
No, we had a 3-1 lead, blotted it, and then we somehow got a lucky
goal overtime, gotcha.
Game 7. Pasternak showed up.
That's
and then
crazy.
He's gone back into his bat cave. We haven't seen him yet. Till he fought Kachuk, which gave me almost a heart attack.
That was funny, man, dude. That was funny. They just came out and brawled.
Yeah, you expect after that third period they would have showed up tonight. And nope, we get 3 shots in the first period, then we get 5, and then we woke up in the third period. We got off the bus. We got off the bus, and now we got to carry that into the
We'll probably head out, Jake. Everybody make sure you like this video and share it before I leave.
Come on.
You out of here, Color?
Or else I ain't gonna leave.
Yeah, I'm gonna shut it down. Go ahead and shut it down, man.
What was that, Shake?
Yeah, I gotta do I got some honeydew list tomorrow. I gotta do around the house.
You gonna be on tomorrow?
Huh?
I say you said you're gonna be on tomorrow.
I got some. Probably. You know what? I might do. I'm gonna call my man tomorrow. I might do an episode of some pre-recorded episode of Insomnia. With we're gonna talk about the Dallas Cowboys. I got my man of the Hour coming on. So if you're up for it, come tomorrow.
All right. Okay. Yep.
So. Yeah, man. I think it's been a day. I did in the blender, and then right
yeah,
after.
you did. I didn't even know that you was gonna have an episode.
All I know is when Ty Bless was talking, I could hear you screaming.
Yeah. Yeah, I was.
You didn't agree with a few of his talking points.
Right. Yeah, exactly. He definitely had them talking points lined up, ready to roll. I'm like, oh man, he's been programmed.
Hey, but hey, listen, man. He made a good fire intro, so you know.
Yeah, he did. I like
the
that.
only one that didn't feel that way, Chris.
Shout it out. The what?
I said I'm glad I'm the only one that didn't feel that way.
About the
I'm glad I'm not the
program.
only one that felt that way.
Right. Oh, like, oh man.
Man. I'm like, it was like watching a lawyer in action, bro. He was at every talking point right down the road, man.
It was lined up, bro. It was lined up one by one. I was like, oh man, it was firing left and right, boy.
All I know is if I could tolerate Pete having imaginary having
conversations. Right.
Dan Marino and Stephen Ross about Skylar Thompson. You know, this ain't nothing.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah.
I'm just thinking if I had a time machine to go back to last year, I'd suggest bringing a helmet because the sky was obviously falling.
Yeah. Man.
I had no idea at the time.
Yeah.
So is your rookie camp going yet?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it started today.
Yeah, so did the Bills.
Oh, this thing looks like it's about to fall over. Jesus. This truck.
By the way, I put that. I clipped that. I made. I'm learning how to clip the shows now. Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when I clip you?
Huh?
When I clip you?
No. Actually, this is through StreamYard. The clipping I'm doing.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I put it out there. Is a hot dog a sandwich? So.
Oh yeah, I remember you asked him that question. Yeah.
Yeah, according to Shane, it is.
You guys see that catch?
It's a sandwich.
You see that catch the Commanders rookie made today?
The rookie?
No,
I didn't see it. He put it all over Instagram.
Rosemy Jack Saint. Adam Schefter. Go to Adam Schefter on X. What a catch. Oh my God.
It wasn't Johan Dotson. They got a good record there.
Nah, St. Thomas Aquinas High School. That's in Florida, right?
Yeah, St. Thomas. That's the one. That's the one.
Wait, they drafted him.
Coach for.
Man, that Xavier Leguet, man, his accent is funny, man. That Panthers receiver.
Oh yeah,
from Carolina.
Oh, I never heard him spoke yet.
Is he like whatchamacallit, like Muyama, whatever his name is?
He's got like a deep Southern accent.
Greek? Oh, he's not Greek.
No, like he's
from
like
South Carolina.
Oh,
he's
Nigerian.
Like South Carolina.
Yeah. But I hope he does well, man. I like that guy. He's got a good personality, it seems.
The guy the Bills got, Keon Coleman, he's hard to understand, too. He's from Louisiana, though.
Yeah, I like his personality, man. He's a little too likable.
His personality is
Hey,
something
Michael
else.
K. Speaking of that dialect, you ever see that?
Yeah,
that,
he is a pretty cool.
You ever see that King of the Hill episode when Boomhauer was dreaming? And
No.
and in Boomhauer's dream, everybody else talked like him, and he's the only one that talked normal.
No, really?
Oh, it was hilarious. Yeah.
My buddy does a great Boomhauer. Like it's like every third word. Yeah.
So like everybody, like Hank, Peggy, all of them were talking like that in his dream, and he was talking normal.
I'm gonna hold on. I gotta write a note.
It's an old one, yeah.
I gotta write Boomhauer dream.
Yeah, it's good.
Oh man. Boomhauer dream YouTube. It'll be on YouTube, right?
I'm sure. Hey, if they allowed Family Guy clips on YouTube, that's probably the most like strict copyright there has to be, and they let them on there.
Well, they get it. They just don't get paid for them.
Right. But there's some stuff that they won't even allow on it. Like Metallica's got their shit on lockdown, dude. I challenge you to find a Metallica song.
On YouTube?
Yeah, like straight video, not like maybe if it's a reaction video, they might have got away with it.
Anyway, hey, listen, hey, stick around, Michael K. Back. I found the clip. I'll play it backstage because we have.
All right.
So, all right, guys, fins up, everybody. Hopefully we can do an episode of Insomnia tomorrow. Stay tuned. Fins up, y'all. Be safe.
I'm not